Hard cut.
Wow.
Hello.
Incredible.
Hard cut to live. Oh, there we go. Now my fucking phone turns on.
Why is your phone working?
I was just trying to. I was trying to message my wife and ask her to listen to the audio and make sure it was good. But my phone was out of batteries, so
That's how they get you.
That's shot.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, I don't know. How you doing?
Great. It's been a long time since I've.
Now you're all fucking quiet. I think you got to turn your gain up again.
Test 1 1 2. Test 1. Hold on. Do I gotta get it right under me?
I don't know.
Let me take a look at my mic here. I might need
you gotta
to turn
just
it up
turn
a
that
little
gain
bit.
up, man.
Might need to turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Might need to turn it up.
Turn it up
just a little bit. How about that? Well, that's way too
better. That's better.
How about right about there? That's right.
That's
about right.
better. Yeah, that's great.
Right. Wow.
How you doing?
Let me think. I'm okay.
Don't think.
I'm okay. Well,
what do you mean you're okay?
Because I'm navigating my Final Fantasy Magic card situation. I have to now see which people I ordered from were actually a Mexican scam website that I now have to file credit card chargebacks on, and which ones are legit. And it's been a fun process.
Yeah, you're still quiet.
Oh, I'm still quiet? Hold on.
Uh-huh.
How about that? Well, now
are you turning the gain up on your mic, or are you turning it on the output gain?
I was turning up the output gain, but now the output gain's up like super high.
Well, that's the only one that you want to touch. Do not touch the other one.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. How about now? I mean, I'm like
now
pushing
it's fucked.
red.
Now it's fucked.
How about now?
I don't know, honestly.
Test 1 1 2. Test 1 1 2.
It's too high now.
Bro, hold on.
Turn
all right.
I don't know. I don't know what you messed with, though.
No, it was fine before. I think I probably shouldn't have touched it at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Test
don't know.
1 1 2.
Put the input back where it was.
1 2. Let me see. What does the chat say?
Don't look in the chat. They'll just start lying.
I know. But
listen to
guys,
your ears.
Currently, this is with my output gain set at around 8. Do we like 8, or do we want to go up or down?
It's great. It's great. It's great.
Sounds good to me.
All right. You're counting Final Fantasy cards while we're having a MAGA civil war.
Well, yeah, because I went to go like check on an order, and the website I ordered from doesn't exist anymore. And I went to their Facebook, and I went, "This might not be a real store. I may have been tricked."
How much did you order from them?
At least like $600 worth of stuff. I mean, luckily, again, I ordered everything with my credit card, so I can charge back anything that is a scam.
Yeah.
But now I got this weird situation where I ordered stuff from guys in Mexico, and I'm going, well, how do I pay for that? And they go, oh, just a bank transfer. And I'm like,
oh, yeah, what? That's good. That's good like, stuff.
Are you sure? And they're like, yeah, you got a wire transfer to us. And I'm really weirded out because they're like a really reputable like store with like thousands of reviews.
What do you mean thousands of reviews?
It's like one of the biggest card stores in Mexico. And I'm like, you have guys pay for their
How do you know?
pre-order? Because I've like looked, I've done like some, because I got weirded out when they're like, send us a bank transfer. And I'm like, is this a scam? But then I like looked it up. People were like, no, I buy cards from these guys all the time. So I don't know.
What's the name of it?
It's Kanto Cards, KANTO.
KANTO.com.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't.
It's a fucking scam, dude. This site can't be reached. Kanto.com.
No, KantoCards.com.
KantoCards.com.
Yeah.
This looks like a scam. Pagando
that's the problem. They all look like a scam.
Mercado
Every site looks
Pago.
like a scam now.
Why are you buying Final Fantasy cards from a Mexican store?
Because they were way cheaper than getting them from fucking gringos, man. The Mexicans are giving them away. Which again is why I'm like I've got cards coming from Japan.
Yeah.
I got cards coming from Mexico. Like I couldn't get them in America.
Right.
Yeah. I already had I actually had a bunch of cards from England get canceled, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, Chip. Turns out we ain't good enough for them magic cards for you, dear."
Yeah.
I'm like, that sucks. You guys had a good. I think they knew I got too good a price.
Better.
Yeah, see,
said,
people in the chat are saying Kanto cards is legit, but knowing my luck, I'll be the guy who orders from them when they decide to rug pull.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can just have a business for a long time, and then you go, let's just rug pull this set because it's going to be really big. This would be the set to rug pull if you were going to rug pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, good luck. When does this all pan out? When do you get to count your winnings or your losses?
Fucked. I think I'll do all right, but it's coming out.
It seems kind of dead. The hype around it seems dead.
They fucked it up, man. They fucked it up. The hype is a little down. Luckily, again, I did get good prices on stuff, so I think I'll make a little bit of profit, but it's not going to be nearly. I was like, this is it. This is Vito joining the 1%. I'm going to get in on the ground floor.
Why did you think that?
Because the Lord of the Rings magic cards sold for like so much, like a $300 box of Lord of the Rings magic cards, and now sells for like $1,500. It was like a 5x. And I said, I'm going to get it on Final Fantasy early. I'm going to be the only guy who's got it. And now the cards are coming out, and everyone's going, these are fucking gay.
They are gay. They look stupid.
They fucking suck. They fucked it up.
Well, because it's just like, it's either shitty box art or like a weird twist on it. There's nothing exciting or interesting about like a freeze frame of a Final Fantasy game.
Right. There's nothing to the sets that sell are the sets where there's like a set of cards that everybody goes, I gotta have that. Like with Pokemon, everybody, I gotta have all these fucking Eevees from that new one. That
I gotta have these Eevees.
I gotta get these.
I gotta have Pikachu with a Van Gogh hat. I gotta have that.
Yeah, I'll be walking down the street and I'll just hear kids just going, man, I gotta get those Eevees. It's like every kid in America saying it. And there's no I gotta get those Eevees moment with the Final Fantasy cards. Like, I gotta get these Chocobos? I don't know. They all kind of look fucking the same.
No one cares about them at all.
No. They really fucked it up. I did not know they were gonna fuck it up. It's still gonna sell good, but man, I was gonna be rich.
All right.
It's like, who even fucking cares?
I'm gonna play the theme song. Let's do the show.
I gotta get those Eevees. Biggest problem in the universe.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, the only show that ranks every problem in the universe, from eliminating pornography to excessive aioli. That doesn't punning wild. That does not.
Aioli.
That's not how you pronounce it. From useful advice being disregarded to beer that makes your kids retarded. Now that's a good one, Sir Troll-a-lot.
That's good.
I'm your host, Dick Masterson. Joining me as always is Vito Gesualdi.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
I think I'm getting a little better. I think.
I got to admit, you're getting better, a little better all the time.
Yeah, I really think so, though.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's see.
I mean, what happens when your dog barks in your ear? You feel good about it?
I don't want to kill myself, but I don't feel good about it. But I don't go like,
yeah.
You know?
Did you try pouring olive oil in your ears like I told you to?
No. Should I try that tonight?
That's why you're not getting better.
Okay.
That's the problem.
I'll give that a shot.
Solution. Maybe try it out.
You know, I appreciate all the advice. I like, you know what I like? I like generic advice.
Yeah.
I like generic advice where people throw it out, like on the internet.
Right.
But then the advice that like is like a follow-up advice, like, have you done this yet? Have you done this yet? I'm like, okay, you know, I'll get to it. I'll get around to it. I don't know if I want to be, you know, mixing things in my head right now. I kind of just want to watch TV.
What was I going to say? Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. I had something I was going to say and I can't remember.
Okay, well, let's do the problem.
Oh, I was going to say we did a great bonus episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good. Lots of juicy stories about our dads.
We did a Father's Day theme, the biggest problem in dads, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And as I commented to you, I said, you know, people really, for some reason, anytime I ask people, I'm like, what are some of your favorite parts of the show? They're like, I just want to hear more about your fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
Like, they love it for some reason. So, yeah, you got
your apartment dad problem was really sad.
Dad's sad divorce apartment?
Yeah.
where you got to go play with all the diseased drug addict children while dad bangs his girlfriend in the other room. Yeah, good times. Good times.
That's sucks.
Hey, it's the way of the sad divorce apartment complex.
Yeah,
a lot of sad dads, a lot of bad kids.
Yeah, so it's a fun one. So patreon.com/biggest problem.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Okay. Last week the winners are Poison Beer, PFAS.
That was me. PFAS.
Yeah, and I didn't look into that problem too. It sounded a little exaggerated.
Yeah, you didn't buy it? I mean, I want it to be exaggerated, but I believe that everything isn't RFK saying everything we got is poison? Maybe he's right. He's just not looking at the right stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but you were
worried
real,
about
like
fluoride in the drinking water? There's literally companies putting plastic and everything.
Yeah,
not worried about fucking
in that one
fluoride.
place though, like in that one place in Arkansas. You talked about that a lot.
Every river, a tributary, whatever lake had a giant factory pumping chemicals into it at some point.
I just don't
know why.
I don't know. It sounded too good to be true that there was something so bad happening right under our noses, you know?
I don't know.
Assholes was barely in second. Barely. The war on pornography. I think guys, they like it for some reason. They like the war on pornography. I don't know why.
I think they get off on it. Well, but the idea of a woman being like, "Hey, you're not allowed to look at hot porn." You're like, "Oh, that's pretty hot that you're trying to get me to do a thing."
What do you? I see when your screen changes just on the reflection of your glasses.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. Doing. Well, that's because I'm trying to have not white stuff on the screen because the white reflects on the glasses.
Well, now you're all dark. Now you're like totally dark.
Oh my god!
So I know when you're fucking with something.
Well, because I'm trying to not have this, white stuff all over me.
What do you mean white stuff? It's light.
I'm saying if the screen
now you're in pitch black. What are you doing? All you had to do was nothing. All you had to do is not read anything on the microphone. What do you turn your light on?
I have the light on, but the light is
look at you. Look at the fucking screen. Stop reading chat. Look at you. Look at you. The light is not on.
That got screwed up for some reason. Hold on. Camera control.
Stop looking at the fucking chat!
I'm not.
You're obviously reading something.
No, but I'm
look. Okay, see, you're obviously paying attention to something else. Now you're blackface Vito.
I was bringing up my notes for the show. All right, there.
Okay.
I did manually adjust the gain on the.
Put your Final Fantasy shit on another monitor outside.
I need my notes for the show. I was trying to do that.
They love. I think they like warring with pornography as much as they like pornography. Like they like hating women through hating pornography. I think
the guys like to hate women through hating pornography.
Yeah, like if they stop porn, then they can hurt a lot of women who are making easy money doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. That's cool.
They hate the OnlyFans girls. I don't hate them. I'm jealous.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
man, I wish I was just a hot chick and I could just take off my clothes and get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Who cares? I was always confused growing up. Like I would tell girls, I'm like, you can sell pictures of your feet for like hundreds of bucks online. They'd be like, "What are you talking? I'm not gonna do that." I'm like, "Why would you not do that?" I would do that. Yeah,
but you don't do stuff that everyone tells you to do.
Because it's way harder than just taking a picture of my fucking feet. I can take a picture of my feet in 2 seconds. Everything everybody
then you
got to
deal with people though. You got to deal with guys.
Effort.
Yeah.
I used to read about guys who would go to like thrift stores and they would buy used women's sneakers, and then they would just catfish guys with like pictures of like hot chicks and be like, "Yeah, I'll sell you my dirty sneakers." And get like $150 for like a shitty pair of like, size 10 Keds or whatever.
Do you know someone who actually did that, or did they just like think that would be cool to like?
I
funny
don't remember
to
where I
say.
heard it, but I remember really trying to convince my friend Rosie. I'm like, listen, you'll be the foot lady,
Yeah.
I'll procure the shoes.
Right.
All you got to do is put on the shoes for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then we just take a picture of you and you go, look at these dirty shoes I got. These are the worst.
Yeah.
I bet some pervert wants to buy these, right?
I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I think that's just a story that guys tell.
I'm like self-conscious
Chris
about
Farley, like they got it on, you know. But it's
I'm sure
it's
somebody's
not real.
doing it. I'm sure somebody's doing it.
No, I don't think so.
right.
Okay. Too much mayo, then, was the last one. TMM. That was stupid.
Oh, that was stupid.
Well,
right.
obviously, yeah, everyone agreed that was
Very
stupid.
good.
It's not a problem. Strategery from Chemicals. Oh, I already read that. Turkey Sandwich says, I'm a little late, but I just finished the newest, biggest problem. I lived in Arizona for 4 years, but I guess I got to tell all my family back in North Carolina not to drink any craft beer. Also, Fayetteville rhymes with Say-it-Bill. Fayette. It's Fayetteville.
Fayetteville?
Fayette.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, no, it's
there.
Fayetteville. Okay. That doesn't rhyme with Say-it-Bill, does it? Fayetteville.
Here's a problem. People who care about how you pronounce the name of their stupid town that you will never
like
be to
Melbourne.
or care about.
Australia.
Or when I say Fremont Street and you all go, it's Fremont Street. And I go, if it's Fremont Street, there should be 2 E's in it.
But no one has ever said it Fremont.
Yeah, but it should be Fremont, clearly.
Yeah, okay. Sam, that problem about the apartment hit close to home. Yeah, LMFAO. Yeah, it really did. Mike Dick,
if anybody has any good divorced dad apartment stories, let me know. Those are good
They're
ones.
depressing.
Yeah, it's the most depressing place on earth. You have been living your life as a child with your both parents and everything's fine. And not only is that severed, but now you have to go to the bad place. You don't even get to experience that in your house.
Right.
Half the time you now are punished by going to the divorce apartment, which is the worst place on earth.
Mike Dick says you want a real 60-watt light bulb. Look up Corn Light. No lighting issues with those fuckers. I don't even know what that means.
Corn Light?
Jay says my dad will randomly just give me large shirts from time to time. Every single time I tell him I wear a medium, he just goes, yeah, but this one is a small for a large. Okay. Ryan Norville, Dad's Rage, brought to you by Mom. Cum Software says, bro, Avatar 2 is fucking awesome and you're both gay. Blart Sampson said, my buddy's dead.
I like Avatar 2. It's just hokey. You know?
He says it's awesome.
Well, it's
not
all right.
hokey, it's awesome.
It's okay.
Blart Sampson said, my buddy's dad is such a spurg about lights. He took the switch out of his room and installed a 30-minute timed switch. So every half hour, he'd have to go spin a rotary dial for lights.
Oh, man. I remember the rotary switches. But my dad had those. Again, he had it at the pizza shop to make sure nobody left the light on in the bathroom at the pizza shop.
Uh-huh.
So you'd be shitting, but you didn't turn the fucking knob long enough, and all of a sudden you're in the dark, and you're like, God damn it.
How long were you shitting for?
Because you're at work for 8 hours. You might have to take a shit at some point. So I'll go take a shit in the pizza shop bathroom. You turn the fucking... And it made this... cranking noise.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're on... Yeah, now you got to finish your shit because... can't leave that light on. Oh, my God.
In your room? Man. You should... that's a self-defense situation, I think. A rotating timer in your room. So you have to get up and turn your lights on every 30 minutes?
That's what the Jews use, though.
I'm sorry?
They have the... Well, they used to have. I don't know if they still use them. The Jew lamp.
What are you saying? What are you gazing off and saying anti-Semitic slurs for?
It's not anti-Semitic. It's pro-Semitic. They're a very genius people.
No, it's not. That's what the Jews have.
Okay, because you know about the Jew light switch, obviously.
It's called a kosher light switch. It's not called a... Yeah.
It's not called a Jew switch.
It's not called a Jew light. Nothing is called a Jew anything.
All right, well, the Jew lamp, before they had the kosher light switch,
yeah,
it was a lamp that, the light bulb's here, and then it has this, cone that, spins, and, part of the cone is open. So you'd crank up your Jew cone or whatever.
No. It's not...
Whatever.
Just call it kosher. Stop saying the word Jew and then
what's wrong
thing.
with the word Jew? It's a fun word. Everyone loves that word.
It's not. It's most of the time it's used.
The only person who doesn't like it is Dave Portnoy for some reason, and who cares what he has to say. So you'd crank the Jew cone, and then
that guy won. That Mo guy that did.
He really did. He
that
really
sign.
did win against Dave
really
Portnoy.
whipped his ass.
Yeah, really destroyed him.
Yeah.
And then as the day goes on, the cone spins, and eventually it reaches the point that it covers up the light bulb. So you go to bed.
Oh, it's like a primitive kosher light switch?
Yeah. It's just constantly and then eventually it slowly covers the light bulb for another 8 hours.
Yeah.
So you gotta crank it up before it's kosher day or whatever they got, the Sabbath.
I feel like everything that needs to be said is said with the kosher light switch, or like the thing that you're talking about. Everything, the entire Middle East, like all of our systems, really everything can be summarized with, well, just go check out that kosher lamp.
I like the idea. I think.
Tell me why that exists, and tell me the implications of it. That's it. Just tell me how that. Tell me why that exists.
People who have devoted their time on Earth to outsmarting God Himself. It's kind of like you gotta almost appreciate that on some level.
You lose your if you don't, you lose your banking account. So
to piss off God for not writing a good enough contract. It's like,
but they wrote the contract. They wrote the contract.
I mean, everybody likes the story where you fuck with the genie and you get one over on the genie. That's basically what the Jews are doing. Is they're trying.
Wait. What story do you fuck over the genie? What's that story?
That's Aladdin, where he goes, well, I got you out of the cave.
Aladdin does not fuck over the genie.
I technically didn't I didn't wish for you to get me out of the cave. You just got me out of the cave. He's like, oh, you Jews. That was the subtext.
That's not what he says. He goes, donk, and his jaw hits the ground.
And that's the God of the Jewish faith, is he's constantly
the genie
in Aladdin
is not
going, gonk. All right, kid, you got one on me this time, but you can't go outside. And Aladdin's flying around on his magic carpet, putting a string around New York, and he goes, ooh, that kid, that boy.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Once I start thinking about the kosher light switch, I can't think about anything else.
I mean, it's a great story. It's a very interesting people. We love them. How can you not love them?
I love them.
That's what I don't understand about the people who don't love them. I go, they're little mischievous cherubs, making deals and coming up with ideas.
All right, it's at me. Yoshi says the biggest problem is the universe is fans who watch every episode yet somehow just still don't know why Vito is in the studio. Yeah, it's funny. Ministry of Dude, Vito.
No, it's not funny because I keep getting messages from people going, Vito, will you just fix your car and stop being a lazy piece of shit? And I'm like, wait, what?
Just ignore them.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Sure, that's the way to go.
Where was I? Vito the Cancel Hulk. That's my secret. I'm always the problem. Lol. Ministry of Dude. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Tin Horn. Hey, whoever was catfishing Vito, next time you need to build up slowly to asking him to live stream himself during horned up sexy talk.
You jumped in too quick there.
Fashionably unemployed. Vito, I don't want to do a food show. Also, Vito, my problem is too much mayo. What do you think about that?
I'll rant about food all day. If somebody wants to take it and edit it into a video, maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ranting
I've always thought it would be great if somebody took some of our great moments on this show and did a little animation out of them.
Yeah.
I think you would go viral and you should do it.
Like somebody else doing it, you mean?
Yeah. Make a little channel for it. There's guys who did it for like Come Town, and the animations are fucking hilarious.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is a giant one. No. User oh no, not that boy says Bo Blacks needs to find a maid in all caps. I say this as a fellow Canadian. That maid joke, man. That really inspired a generation of
people,
tricksters. Yeah.
Clever.
And then user PTQ says it's sad that Dick always pushes Vito into these good ideas that Vito could do, and Vito just doesn't want to even attempt anything that Dick tells him to do. Vito couldn't have to review the newest garbage that every fast food place is doing. He could just talk about his passion for old items and what made them good to him, and people would love that compared to him trying to shill something new. That's so much thought went into that post, you know?
Oh, I read that post, and again,
Yeah.
you said, like, stop fighting with the fans, so I won't fight with the fans on the post.
Why would
But
you
I
fight
will-
with that? Wait. You saw that and you were like, I'm going to argue with it?
Yeah. Because the argument is always, I don't understand why Vito doesn't have infinite time.
Why would you argue with that?
Because he makes it sound, because the assumption is that Vito is ignoring good ideas to presumably sit around and eat cookies and jack off. Okay, I have other stuff that I am doing with my time. It's not like I have infinite time.
Why
to do
would you
infinite
argue
things.
with that comment over all comments?
Because the assumption is, well, I don't know why Vito doesn't just direct a feature film. Why doesn't he make his own Star Wars? Like, all this shit takes time. I have limited time. I can't just do every idea that comes my way. And I might.
So what were you were going to say that to him?
Well, okay, read the comment again. The comment says, like, I don't understand.
It's sad.
It's
Dick
sad.
always pushes
It's
Vito
sad.
into these good ideas and that Vito could do. And Vito just
Right.
doesn't even attempt anything that Dick advises him on. That's
Right.
it. Vito doesn't have to review the newest garbage that every fast food place is doing. He could just talk about his passion of old items and what made them good to him. And people would love that compared to him trying to shill something, quote unquote, new.
Okay. The reason I was
Well, why would you argue with that? He's saying that he would like
Because
content that he's
his-
imagining you making.
Oh yeah, and the content he's imagining, he goes, well, because he goes, I don't understand. It sounds like it's a personal failing on my part that I haven't made intricate food essays,
Isn't it?
which would take time. I have to get a guy to edit it. I got to write a script. I got to edit a voiceover. All that shit takes time. And
Right.
all the time I spend on that, everyone's going to go, how come the fucking comic's not out? How come this fucking thing? I got stuff I'm working on, okay?
I just can't believe
It wants one thing.
This
make
is a
time
mostly
for multiple
positive
things.
comment.
It is not a positive comment at all.
It's overwhelmingly positive.
It's horrifically negative going, oh, Vito's just like a lazy piece of shit, and he doesn't listen to Dick, who's a genius. Guys, I might make food videos at some point, okay? But first of all, I have no idea if the return on investment is going to be worth it at all. I'm serious. What's the point of me devoting... Do you know how many times I've devoted weeks of my life to editing some stupid YouTube video together, and I make like, I don't know, $500 from it?
I don't know
and
how many
it does
videos are on
nothing
your
for
channel.
me?
I don't know. No.
Well, there's a lot of videos that, again, you devote time to them, nothing comes out of it. It's not like, oh my God, I gotta make videos about Subway. It's the only thing, like, I have other shit going on. Okay? And if I reach a lull...
So you were going to say all that stuff on the comment section?
I just want to make it clear that when people are like,
Yeah.
clearly the only reason this isn't happening is because of some horrific laziness on Vito's part.
Right.
Just know that I have other projects that are demanding my attention at the time.
Yeah.
And ones that I think are far more viable as... where do the food essays take me? What do I get from that? What does that do for me?
What does it do for the greater good?
I make a little bit of ad revenue. I get some subscribers. Maybe I can promote it to, like, okay, we gotta have an overarching plan of where you're going, you know?
Well, where are you going with, like, reviewing, like, Black Captain America?
That just, again, is kind of just to keep people around. And again, let's be real.
Filler.
I'm trying to make comic books. You would hope that people watching comic book movies like comic books. They see that. They follow me. There's something there.
Do they really? Do they? People who like
little
comic
bit,
books, they like
a
that
little
shit?
Bit. There's
But
a
it's
little
like-
bit of a...
Oh, but it's like retards. Like, retards, only retards watched that new Captain America shit with Black Captain America and, like, Red Incredible Hulk. Only retarded people watch that
right
movie, right? Kinda.
Yeah, no, I'm retarded. That's why I went.
I mean, what do you? Who watched that shit? Who watches this shit?
Nobody.
Now?
It was bad.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
crap.
I've heard Thunderbolts is okay. I still haven't seen that.
It's all garbage.
And now I'm becoming emotionally invested in this Fantastic Four movie. I want to know what's going on.
That looks like shit too.
I want to learn about the Fantastic Four.
All right. That's it. That's all I have.
Maybe after I sell the horrific amount of Final Fantasy cards I probably should not have invested in.
Yeah, you have time for that.
Yeah, well, that makes money. I can run a fucking live stream, make $500 selling crap. I make a food video. A guy clicks on it. He goes, "Who's this fat guy talking about Subway?" He writes, "You're an F slur" in the comments, and he leaves. I get nothing from that.
And then you go argue with him in the.
And then I go argue with him in the comments because he doesn't understand how hard it is to be me.
Okay.
I gotta make this video game.
Do you want to do a problem? I don't want to hear about the video game. I can't be hearing about no video game.
I can't hear about no video game. Why don't we do a quick segment? Everybody's favorite.
Oh, fuck, I don't have the
music
for that.
You gotta just put up any jingle. It doesn't matter. Just pick one. A little something I like to call Vote It Up.
Vote it up.
Oh, wait, did I hear that already?
Pick one. Do like a classic. Do one of mine.
I don't know where yours are.
I should have booted that.
All right, here, I'll do this one.
I don't know what this one is.
I wake up every evening with a big pig in my face, and he only works out for cake. And you're still probably thinking, at a 9 to 5 place, I wonder how much he weighs. When you see Dick's face, hope you weigh yourself, hope you weigh yourself. When you walk the plank, hope you weigh yourself, hope you weigh yourself.
This is one of these classic Moms in the Other Room renditions. Don't get too loud.
But
don't get too loud.
They didn't have voted up in there, so
I don't know if that was voted up or not.
F.
All right. You want to just go into this thing? Dick,
go for it.
From all the way back in episode 4, one of our top problems, this is actually problem number 4 on the board, was the problem of too much pride. That's how we started off this show, Dick.
Yeah.
Way back in episode 4, we said there's a little too much going on.
Yeah.
Boy, has the world kept turning. Right now,
now there's not pride now. Now it's like
there's
backlash.
Barely any pride.
Yeah, barely any pride. Yeah, it's great.
It's like everybody still doing it is almost doing it like out of spite. And well, I mean, it was always kind of out of spite, but now it's like, we're still doing it. All the baseball teams are doing it. And you're like, who the fuck cares about? I don't care. Yeah,
yeah.
Put a bunch of brown flags everywhere, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
For this year's Pride Month, about 2 in 5 corporations are decreasing their recognition of the gay-centric holiday as executives bow to pressure from the Trump administration. The attention that they're hoping to avoid is
we celebrated Pride Month by beheading John Redcorn's gay dog.
Yeah, I was.
Him. Yeah, happy Pride Month.
I almost brought that in. I almost brought that in.
Happy Pride Month, Chief. Bah! Suck on this gun. Bah!
I feel like sometimes you bring in news stories where not everybody has seen them. For those of you who don't know, the voice actor of John Redcorn was killed in an argument. We're being told by some that it may have been a motivated hate crime.
Yeah, except his husband's a woman. Except for that part.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing. So his husband is a trans man.
Yeah,
and you look at it and you go, well, that's a lady. Yeah.
That's a meth addict that you're married to.
John Redcorn's just fucking a weird lady. That's not gay necessarily.
Yeah, you're not gay, bro. What are you talking about? Doesn't work the other way.
I am seeing a lot of posts like, well, this is why we need Pride Month, because otherwise maniacs are going to kill John Redcorn. But the more details that come, we're going to find out the details. The details of the story don't make a lot of sense.
No.
Well, companies are hoping to avoid the scrutiny of the go woke, go broke backlash that companies like Target and Bud Light have experienced. as well as scrutiny from anti-trans activists. Anti-trans, wow, like Robbie Starbuck, who has pressured top companies to roll back their DEI commitments. Companies are also hoping to stay off the Trump administration's radar, worried that perhaps if they're a little too prideful, Trump's gonna come down on them. San Francisco Pride, one of the world's largest LGBTQ plus parades, has lost sponsorships from Comcast, Anheuser-Busch, and in New York, PepsiCo, Nissan, and Citibank will not be sponsoring.
We're done
NYC
with this shit.
Pride.
That's it. This was over. It's totally over. It's not even a thing anymore. All this pride shit.
It didn't have to be over though. Like,
yeah, but it doesn't.
Part.
It's over. It's cringe. It's cringe. It's gay in a lame way. And now it's over. Now everyone's afraid of it. Now it's just like companies arguing with each other on Twitter. It's totally fucking played out and gay. That's it.
Well, I think it was fun when it was like, hey, we're gay guys. There's rainbows. We're dancing. We're like, all right, this is fun. And then the bank comes in and goes, this is the Chase Bank gay float. And you're like,
yeah.
Well, now I'm getting weird mixed corporate signals of this. I don't understand.
Yeah, but we've talked about the Pride Month. Like it's turning into like a Disney's Gone Woke thing. Like it's just over.
Yeah.
The whole topic of Pride is over. It's done. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like the Pride parades feel like a Disney adult celebration. You know, you feel like you stepped into fucking Disneyland.
Unless it's like you're so saturated with piss, like San Francisco, and everyone's giving each other monkeypox.
See, that's why I said, I think you argued with me on the last show where I said, you know, we should, the one day a year to go around and be naked and piss on each other, I'm okay with that. For the gays, give them one.
I mean,
not a whole month.
You would be the last person anyone would ask about anything about in public. Like, who should we ask if it's okay to do this? Oh, well, let's ask Vito, the guy without a bathroom door, if it's okay if we're doing this today.
Let's be clear. There's a lot of gay guys who want to get naked in the street and pee on each other, and I feel like giving them one day a year to get it out of their system is a really nice thing to do as a society. Like that's
I'll tell you what, it's going to start sounding, talking about pride one way or the other and all this like woke shit is going to start sounding like boomers telling you the difference between a hard R and an A and how one is bad and one is what black people call each other. That's what all this retarded woke pride shit is going to start sounding like. And it already is to me. As soon as I hear like, well, you know, it's woke, it's like, oh God, here we go. And then they say it without a hard R. Is that right? Oh shit.
I think there's valuable aspects of gay culture worth celebrating. It's just we ended up all the cool gay stuff got pushed aside for the lame gay stuff. You know?
Nobody gives a fuck about any of it anymore. That's all I'm saying. It's tapped that well's run dry.
I can't. Well, what do you mean they don't? What do they not care about? They don't care about like enshrining the rights of the LGBT community.
Just the whole thing is dead. The whole concept is dead. All this LGBTQ shit, all this progressive shit, it's over. It's like a dead zeitgeist. It's just something that old men cry about now. Oh, look, this movie's gay. Like no one cares. It's over.
It's interesting. You know, I don't know. It's interesting to see how many companies have, you know, you used to see all the rainbow logos and the Pride. I remember Target had all the Pride merchandise. I bought. You're
gonna be 80 talking about this, and people are gonna be like, "Oh boy, wow, yeah, Target, yeah."
It's interesting. It's the public consciousness on a major fucking issue has shifted dramatically in one direction to the point where it's no longer profitable to do gay stuff. And for a while, there was a lot of money in doing gay stuff.
Yeah, it's like a fucking exactly what you're saying is the endless loop of senility that is going to grab the millennial generation of thought leaders and lock them into it. This endless,
well, why talk about anything then? I don't know. It's
just that.
Topic.
I'm saying just that. Just the concept of pride playing out over and over again. Dead. Totally dead.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is you won't be seeing as many rainbows this year.
Yeah.
Am I doing Boomer Talk Radio now?
Yes, it is. It's Boomer Talk Radio.
I like Boomer Talk Radio on
the woke. And the thing
what
is,
the kids are doing in the
and these companies don't do it in the Middle East. Like, yeah, holy fuck, man. Yeah, we've been hearing that for 10 years.
I understand the becoming exhausted by the endless repetitive rhetoric. What I've noticed is, I think I agree with you. I know that gets under your skin when you have to hear the same chestnut over and over.
Yeah. Here's actually, I don't know what your problems are, so I'm not going to go into that shit. What's the next one you got?
Here, I'm going to give you a choice because I don't know if there's a problem. Elon Musk or a food one?
Go for the Elon Musk one. Doomers, that's a big problem. That's voted up.
From episode 196 was the problem of Elon. Oh no, sorry, this was from episode 67. Was the problem of Elon Musk, who is currently in perhaps the most notable battle of his life with the president
with ketamine.
of the United States, maybe ketamine, as well as the president.
Him and Nick Rekieta have the same
States.
tweeting profile.
I gotta say, we talk a lot about people like spinning out and ruining a good thing on this show.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Elon Musk, and I go, "Well, this is a move. I don't know if it's a good move, but this is
pedo jacketing. How about that for a vote?
Pedo jacketing is also voted up. That's true. Elon Musk has escalated the war of words between himself and President Trump in response to his criticism of Trump's big, beautiful bill. Here's the summary of how the rift unfolded. During an Oval Office meeting with the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Trump was asked about Elon Musk's criticism of the bill. Trump said, "Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore."
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what's kind of funny with Trump is like when he says stuff. Like, do you get like kind of like an EVS vibe? Like he's kind of
like he's always saying the opposite of what he. Yeah. Well, they're both from Jersey and New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they talk the same way.
The way EVS goes. Well, he had a blow up with Rekieta lately. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter, and he's like, "Well, I'm just saying, I really hope Rekieta's doing okay." And I'm like, "Oh man!" And it's the same energy from Trump. I'm going, "Well, we had a great relationship. I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll see."
I hope he drone strikes him. I hope Trump drone strikes Elon.
Well,
and
it is
just
escalating.
nationalizes his company.
Yeah. Musk, first Trump told reporters he was disappointed in Elon, saying he knew every aspect of this bill and never had a problem until after he left, saying that Elon is only criticizing the bill because now he's not in the cool kids club.
Yeah, he's not getting those subsidies that he wants.
He's not getting those subsidies. Musk took to X, beginning a flurry of posts to step up his feud with the president, suggesting that Trump,
with all of his toadying little Indians around him, Elon with all of his fucking foreigner Malaysian H-1B like shills that he pays princely sums to in their shithole countries defending him.
Well, that's what I'm confused about. Is I go, look, there is criticism of Trump, but overall, it's hard. It's always hard to gauge. But to me, I would go, I would never pick a fight with Trump because Trump has the support of a lot of people. They're all gonna ride or die for that guy.
We'll kill
him,
you.
And you're all, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's one of those maneuvers
totally
where I go,
insane.
It's very insane. Where I go, you could have every Trump guy going, "I love Elon Musk," if you just kind of fucking.
Everyone are just going to burn your cars now. It's just everyone.
No, everybody.
Like, okay.
You got nobody. You went hard in the paint for Trump, and I went, well, it's a bold strategy, Cotton, and now he's going hard in the paint for nobody. He's going to have nothing left.
Yeah, like what are we gonna if we get rid of Elon? What do we miss out on? India doesn't get Starlink, doesn't get broadband internet. Like, oh wow, it really sucks that the Congo that the Congolese can't get on the internet and tweet. Fuck me. Oh,
I don't think Elon Musk realizes Trump can just pick a different tech doofus to be like, yeah, this is my guy. He's my tech guy. Fuck it. Who cares? Yeah. Like, Elon Musk really seems to think that he's like a rock star, that everyone's going to be like, oh, right, yeah, Musk's sticking it to Trump. That's my guy or whatever. And you're like, dude, no, you're not.
It's just going to be him and Ian Miles Chongus, like, cuddled up together. That's it.
I don't know what he's thinking, but he did suggest that first he said Trump's global tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of the year.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck?
That Trump. Well, I mean, I don't want that to happen, but and then claims Trump
is
the
a
reason
pedophile.
the Epstein files have been sealed is because Trump's up in those Epstein files, is what he's claiming.
Yeah.
So now
the guy that you gave your kid to, the guy that you let babysit your kid, crawling around under the desk in the White House. That guy's a pedophile. Sure. And you knew that. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Elon.
That is a very good point. Is that
it's fucking retarded?
If you knew a guy was a sex criminal, like you were his best friend, and then now that you guys are like fighting, you go, now that I don't even like him, now I can talk about all the rape he was doing. And you're like, wait, why'd you like him before? What do you mean? That's horrifying.
It had the Finding Neverland feel to it. Like, and here's the big bomb. Those files aren't coming out because Trump's in them. Your move. Have a good day, Trump.
Whoa.
Like, oh wow, man, you really nasty woman to him there, bro.
Somebody made a very good point, which is Biden was in the White House for 4 years and had access to any Epstein shit he wanted. Don't you think if there was like credible proof that Trump did anything with minors with Epstein or whatever, that somebody would have leaked that to fuck with his presidential campaign? Like,
Nobody actually thinks Trump's a pedophile. They just like pretending, and they think it's funny to both pretend, and then like, you're pretending too, right? Yeah, I'm pretending too. Like, yeah, this is funny. Like, why?
There's a lot going on. President Trump threatened to said he's going to terminate Trump's government subsidies. Musk responded by saying he's going to decommission his Dragon spacecraft, which to me seems like the gayest possible. Well, I'm going to take my Dragon then. You don't have access to my Dragon anymore.
No. We gotta take that Dragon, man.
We gotta
just nationalize that shit.
Why can't we just take it? We could say it's public.
It's security risk, bro. You can't be.
Yeah, dude.
You can't be refusing.
Domain.
You can't be refusing service to the U.S. Fuck that.
We gotta take that. We can't let Chinese people have that technology.
Yeah.
Musk suggesting Trump should be impeached, and J.D. Vance would replace Trump. And meanwhile, Steve Bannon is saying there are grounds.
Wait, this is
to
a voted up.
deport.
This is like a 30-minute news segment. What? This isn't your problem.
There's a lot going on.
Well,
this
then
is
make it a fucking
fascinating.
problem. This is the news. It's like they're just reading the entire news.
I want to know. I don't know all the different things. I want to see how bad my fucking Tesla stock's doing. That's the real problem.
You have Tesla stock?
Yeah, I got
any
Tesla
good
stock.
investments at all? Any?
What do you mean?
Do you have any good investments? Final Fantasy cards, Palantir, Tesla, Hims?
How can
all
you
have
say
is garbage?
How can you say my Palantir investment is garbage? What are you talking about?
What's your
bought
exit
Palantir.
price?
Oh, I sold most of it already.
What was your exit price?
It was like 70, sadly.
Do you have any good stocks? Or is it just whatever's on the news?
Bro, my stocks are killing it. You're retarded. Every stock, I get people all the time sending me messages going, Vito's stock tips have made me rich beyond my wildest dreams.
Yeah, right.
Hims is rep roaring. Did you see Hims?
No.
Robin Hood pop today. All my shit's killing
Robin
it.
Hood too. Okay, I got to write these down. Palantir.
Robin Hood, Palantir, and
So
Hims.
just whatever's in the news, you're on.
What stocks are you buying?
Oh, I only get the index. Why the fuck would I buy and sell stocks? It's retarded.
Why do you think a stock is in the news? Maybe because the stock is doing well and is.
That's a hot tip from the news. That's what you're saying. If a stock's in the news, buy it. What are you fucking looking at now?
I'm up 76% on Robinhood right now, so you can shut your fucking mouth. I don't know. I don't understand how my investments are up 70, 80%. And you go, oh, you're fucking terrible stock. You're fucking retarded.
Because you're retarded. It's not. You are not the 6% of investors that can beat the index. That's not you.
I have beat the index. If I sold everything now, I mean, yeah, okay. So if I sold everything now, I'd beat the index.
From when? Forever?
What do you mean from when?
From when you started? What do you mean you'd beat the index?
Well, yeah. It's hard to calculate, but no, I didn't beat the index.
And then what? And then what?
And then what? What? What do you mean?
Then you buy more stocks? You buy more news stocks?
I have index funds as well. I don't not have any index funds.
So that was my first question. Do you have any good stocks, or is it just the news?
I have index funds. I have some stocks that pay dividends. Bank of America is pretty okay for dividends.
Okay.
I don't just buy meme stocks, but you know, I'm buying a lot of the nuclear funds.
Oh, wow.
Because nuclear is
Funds.
becoming a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some individual stocks. I'm doing fine. What do you okay, let's put it this way. My Roth IRA.
I mean, you're buying fucking Final Fantasy cards from Mexico to flip a profit. I don't know if that's doing fine.
My Roth IRA, which I only opened 3 years ago, in 2023 was when I opened it, is up 104%. And I don't buy anything I buy and put in there, I don't touch. So tell me I'm bad at stocks. I literally doubled my money in 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. That's amazing.
That's pretty good for a double return. You know, the average S&P index is 10%. Not 100.
Forever. Not 3 years.
So I can keep it in there forever. I'm sorry you didn't buy Palantir. Every time I told you to buy Palantir, and it's out $130
I don't give
a share.
Shit about those stocks.
Well, you shoulda. You should have. And I told Patrick Melton to buy Hims right before it popped, and he said I was crazy.
Yeah, it's retarded.
Gold. It's not retarded. Why is it retarded? Because anybody can sell pills?
Yeah, basically.
They just made a deal to give the discounted Ozempic. Every fat person is going to have a fucking Hims subscription. Free money on the table. This is not financial advice.
Is that the end of this?
I can't believe you're giving me shit for owning Tesla stock. Everybody owns Tesla stock.
Everyone's fucking retarded.
It's got, they have valuable technology, self-driving vehicles. It's valuable.
Is that what makes a stock good? If they have good technology?
I don't understand. I've made money in the stock market. Why do I got to hear that I'm an idiot? I don't think I'm an idiot. I've made money doing this.
Yeah. Why is Tesla good then?
Because the self-driving technology, the big upside to Tesla is the potential of robo-taxis if they take off.
That's what their press release said, though.
That's what various investor groups that are investing millions upon millions of dollars are betting on.
You think that's their conclusion? Robo-taxis. Yeah, that could be good. Let's buy it.
I think that's a major part of why they're buying Tesla, yes. Is that it's a major potential industry.
Well, I hope
Same with AI. That's why people are investing in AI. I like AI.
Yeah. All right.
You were talking shit about AI investments, which makes no sense to me.
It's retarded. AI is fucking retarded. It sucks.
All right, just buy index funds and what?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're smarter than everyone, then play gambling games, buy stocks, and
gambling's fun. Buy Final Fantasy Magic cards.
Yeah, buy my Magic cards and shit like that. But
all this video game trash I bought is worth good money now. I'm flipping it. I gotta sell more of this crap.
Is that it? Is that the end of the
it? That's
bit?
all I got. That's the end of the bit. You're the one who attacked my stock picking.
Because it's just funny.
Me making a bunch
you
of money
don't have
in
any
stocks
good reasons for why you're buying these stocks. That's why.
I have explained my reasons. You have to
wake up
invest
every evening
based on your vision of the future and what you think will occur.
And he only works out for cake. And you're still probably thinking at a 9 to 5 place.
Well, that's a stop.
I wonder how much he weighs. When you see Dick's face, hope you weigh yourself, hope you weigh yourself.
Oh, I remember this song. Okay.
When you walk the plank, hope you weigh yourself, hope you weigh yourself.
Okay, there we go. Do you want to do
your
problem?
How about Palantir at $8 a share? It's $130 a share. Okay? So you can't go, I can't believe you're buying Palantir. Can't believe you're buying. Look at it. I'm looking at it right now. 1,300% return.
Yeah.
On Palantir. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that just said. All right, whatever.
So now what? You're gonna buy another 1,300% return?
No,
stock, or what?
That's in my Roth IRA, and I don't touch that stuff.
You're just gonna hold Palantir forever?
No, I will eventually phase it out. But
you're gonna play with it.
I might take it and put it into an index fund now that it's up 1,300%. The Roth IRA are the safe investments, the index funds, and the whatever else. Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I have the S&P. I have the whatever the fuck.
Uh-huh.
You gotta tell me what to do with bonds though, because I still don't get it. All right.
Don't do it.
But I feel like I should do it. Like I know there's something there. I bought something.
Well, let's go read about it.
Some sort of treasury bill index fund. Whatever.
You got
All right.
something. All right, do your problem.
I got something. All right, I got a couple problems here. Let me see which one I like the best. Okay, here's one I got. Yeah, I'll just do this one. So I'm on the internet, of course. I like to read articles. I like to learn things about the world around me. And I got this article here from the New York Post about the John Brenkus, the Emmy-winning host of ESPN's Sports Science. Were you a big John Brenkus fan?
No, I don't know who the fuck that is.
No one does. I have no idea who this is. But I'll tell you this, they're dead at age 54, which is terrible. You hate to hear that.
Was it
Was it You're not allowed to say that. Could be anything. Could be anything.
Was it
African
candy
killer
related?
Bees? Was it candy related?
Yeah.
Did he meet a doctor who took him out back for a Fauci?
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened is he had a battle. You know how we have those classic battles with various ailments?
Okay.
You know, like you might battle cancer, you might battle leukemia, which is also just cancer. John Brenkus died after his battle with depression.
Oh, okay.
And I said, oh, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean dead after battle with depression? Like, well, you know, he was fighting depression, and then he lost against depression. I go, well, what happened? Did the depression
he killed himself?
Strangle him? Did the depression put a hole in his head? I think it's also one of the. Okay, I guess
was
my
he trans?
Is,
I mean, that's something you'd say about a trans person.
My problem is just the suicide talking. Like, can we just say the motherfucker killed himself? Like, do we have to
died
dance
after his
around
battle with
it?
depression? What the hell?
Battle with depression. This is a New York Post article. Just say John Brenkus, Emmy-winning host of ESPN Sports Science, dead because he shot himself in the mouth with a shotgun. Like, say that.
Is that what he did?
I don't know because they won't tell me. It just says that it was a battle with depression, which is the most childish, fucked up way to talk about. Like, we're already living in a very childish time where we talk about things in fanciful, magical terms and we believe shit that is just insane. But that we've gotten to the point of not just going dead of suicide. That was simple. You know, you go, oh, commit suicide. That's horrible. No, lost his battle with depression. He unalived himself after a battle with depression.
Was it a battle? Like, what was the battle?
What was the battle? How hard was he battling?
Was he in, like,
what form did
depression
the battle take?
clinic?
You know what it is? I guess the real problem is the way we just talk about. We have to invent these new terms, and I know part of it has been, you know, the whole kid saying, "Oh, he unalived himself." Right?
Dude, honestly, just do it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Just do men's mental health. It's fucking awareness. It's so stupid and condescending. Like, men's mental health awareness is just an excuse for fucked up women to talk to lecture and nag imaginary men about going to therapy. That's it. All month. If guys would just go to therapy, if men would just go to therapy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Why do people think because
women have never solved anything with violence. That's why.
Right.
Because women have never solved anything with violence, and men have solved every problem that's ever been solved with violence. That's why. Women only solve problems by opening their legs and fucking it to death. And men solve it by killing it. So to them, the idea that to women, the idea that men have a solution to everything built into our DNA that is just dying and screaming to get out all day, every day, to them is a fixable problem. But to us, the problem is really that we can't just do it. That's the fundamental difference.
Yeah. I don't understand people who go like, yeah, you gotta get therapy. You gotta deal with your mental health problems or whatever. And I go, here's my interpretation of therapy and mental health treatment is that it's like only for really stupid people who can't fathom the extremely empty and obvious platitudes the therapist is going to repeat to them, Or like you're going to get in there with the therapist and they're like, why are you mad? And you're like, I don't know, my wife's a bitch. And then they might be like, well, have you tried, talking to her or empathize? What,
wait. Have you been to therapy? I don't know if that's an accurate description of therapy.
I remember at one point when I was dating a girl, she made us go to couples therapy.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember going, okay,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How long were you dating?
Like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it
together?
A woman or a?
It was a woman. Jesus
okay.
Christ, guys. It was a biological woman.
And she said,
we're fighting a lot. We were fighting a lot. She's like, we should go to see a therapist.
Yeah.
And, talk about it.
Oh, wow. Who picked the therapist?
Well, she did, but I think she was mad because the therapist was... I was like, well, the problem with our relationship is you're crazy, right? She's like, no. We just got to talk to a therapist. And we talked to a therapist, and the therapist was kind of dancing around, being like, well, it seems like the problem here is that the woman is crazy. But she couldn't say that because you're not allowed to say that in therapy. And I kept hoping she would get the hint of like, yeah, you're fucking nuts. This is like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
What do you not get about that? You're angry about stupid bullshit.
How did couples therapy go? Like you just sit down and take turns attacking the other person, but like sneakily so they can't tell or they can't call you out on it?
Yeah. She would like catalog every bad thing I'd done across the past 5 years. And then be like, well, I don't know if you realize 3 years ago he did this fucking thing that he's completely forgotten about. And I'd go, see, I think the problem is you're crazy because no normal person would remember this,
Yeah, well.
And look, she's a nice lady. She's just like every other lady. She's nuts in the head. This is the one who I went, hey, can you just come and take your shit out of my garage? And she's like, just throw it all out. If you're gonna, pressure me to take that stuff in your garage, just throw it all out. I'm like, I don't want to throw out all your stuff. I just in the next 3 months, can you just like pick a day and come get it? She's like, I have too much going on right now, and my car is broken, and I can't believe you would ask me to come pick. And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I got out of that fucking relationship.
Well, what did the therapist say? Like, what kind of stuff does she ask?
I can't even remember because I just remember sitting there and being like, just, a lady just dumping on me and my lifestyle. She's like, he doesn't understand. I have to go to work and like, I got to get up early in the morning. And he just gets on the computer and makes fucking YouTube videos. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's my fucking, what do you mean? Like, I got to feel bad that I figured out a way to make money that requires me dicking around. Like, that's good. That's a benefit. Not to mention, I pay for half the shit, so you should be happy I'm digging around more than half the shit. I was paying for her for a long time. Like, you should be happy I'm making fucking YouTube videos and buying you shit. But again,
how many times did you go?
I don't know, like 5 times, and then I eventually said...
And then you said, like, I'm done, or what?
I don't know. I forget why we stopped going, and the relationship just kind of petered out from there. I don't have an exact timeline.
Yeah.
I was telling, so we went to Vegas to Akamania, and I saw my buddy, and I was talking to him about her, and I said, well, here's the thing that happened is, she ended up, I think we were talking about magic cards, and I go, one of the best deals I ever got on magic cards was when my girlfriend revealed she was had been cheating on me for the past 3 months.
Okay.
And that she wanted to break up. And he goes, oh my God, that's horrible. I go, no, this is the best thing that ever happened. Like, we weren't having sex at the time. Like, we were basically just kind of roommates at that point.
Okay.
And I was planning to move back to LA, and I'm like, the second I get to LA, I'm calling her and being like, hey, I don't think this long distance relationship's gonna work. And she made it way easier by just cheating on me. And I went, oh, this is great. All the pressure of like breking up is gone.
Right.
But then she's like, hey, I want you to meet my new boyfriend or whatever. And the guy goes, hey, I got all these magic cards for you. And I said, Is this like a dowry? Like, is this like you think you steal my girlfriend and you win me over by giving me a bunch of sliver decks?
Yeah, because you're right.
Because if so, you're 100% right. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. He had like 3 of the premium sliver decks in a box. I got like $1,000 out of that box. I still got some of those cards.
Okay.
So that worked out perfectly. And again, I mean, back on the topic of men's mental health, you got to be the kind of man who just realizes the only problems in your world are probably that a woman is making you crazy.
Right.
And any way that you can escape from her. Like, I saw him, and I'm like, you have no idea what you're getting into, buddy. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks for the magic cards. I threw him in my fucking Honda Element, and I drove down to L.A. Oh, I escaped. Escaped to L.A.
Okay, so your problem is the suicide thing?
My problem, I guess, is male suicide and talking about, I don't know. It's
figure it out.
Well, I was gonna say it's talking about suicide in these like extremely coded terms.
Yeah,
like secret suicide. That's the problem.
Okay, secret suicide.
Remember when my friend died, my lady friend, and we were all really confused. Because her obituary was written in the first person.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it's not, because we were like...
That's fun. That's like a neat twist on an obituary. I'm
okay,
dead.
Hold on, it's a neat twist. It's a neat twist if it's made
I wish
clear...
I could have taken everyone else with me, but I didn't have enough money.
It would have been a neat twist if it was made clear to us whether or not she had actually written it. Because we're all reading, my name was...
Wait a minute! Somebody else wrote as her?
Somebody wrote as her in the first person and
now I see why she killed herself.
This year's old when I killed myself. I really liked music and whatever else. And me and Josh Denny, who knew this girl, were like talking to each other. We're like, did she write a first person obituary for herself before she killed herself? And then the mom had to get on Facebook and be like, well, a lot of people are complaining about the lovely obituary I wrote for my daughter. We're like,
yeah,
well,
it's retarded.
It's like very confusing that you wrote as your daughter. Because now we're all freaking out. Because now it's like, oh my God, how premeditated was this suicide? We don't know. And again, and here's what drives me nuts.
Maybe the mom killed her.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The secrecy of suicide, dead after a battle with depression. I want to know how my friend killed herself. I feel like I deserve to know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't know if she hung herself, if she shot herself, if she slit her wrist.
They didn't say?
How would I get that information? I can't
it's gotta
go
be
to
pills,
the mom.
right? Women are like pills are hanging, right?
She was kind of dramatic. It could have been like a slit wrist situation. That would have been kind of badass.
Oh, wow.
That's how I like to imagine it, because that's a pretty hardcore way to go. She's kind of like a gothic edge to her. But I don't know. I don't know how she... Same with Anthony Bourdain. They go, maybe he hung... I'm like, he had his dick in his hands. I want to know if it was autoerotic asphyxiation.
How often...
It's all this secrecy.
Yeah. How much of the day do you spend thinking about suicide in general?
I don't think I'll say like, man, I should just fucking kill myself. But I don't think about how I'm gonna do
other people's just the topic
suicides.
In general. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably not that much, I guess. But
okay.
Sometimes I start thinking about it.
What's too much?
What's too much thinking about other people's suicides?
Just in general, the topic in general.
Suicide's a very interesting... I don't think there is too much. I think we should talk more about suicide.
Why?
Because, like, a lot of people are doing it, and, like, the way we talk about it, again, is always, like, very childish. It's always like, they lost their battle with depression or whatever. It's never like, he realized all this was bullshit. Like, that's how we should talk about suicide, is John Brenkus, Emmy-winning host of ESPN Sports Science, dead at 54 after realizing all of this is bullshit. That would be a better headline. After realizing none of this really fucking matters. Like, that's what I want to hear.
They should name it, they should make it more coded. Like, there should be, like, a character like Santa Claus that kills people that they use if you killed yourself. So it's like the Noid got another Claus. One. John, whatever his name is.
That's how you explain it to kids.
Yeah,
what
lost
happened to
his fight
Dad?
with the Noid. The Noid broke into his house and killed him on the toilet. Fucking sucks. Everyone hates the Noid.
Look, why can't we, first of all, if a guy really kills himself and he's got a good reason for it, I don't know why we got to be like, oh, he lost his battle with depression. Why can't it just be like, he manned up and he did what had to be done? Like, that's how we should talk. Some suicides should be talked about like
what
that. Not all of
suicides
them.
should be talked about like that?
Like the one where like a guy loses his wife and his kids, all his kids are trans, and his boat gets repossessed, and he just takes out a revolver and he fucking pumps one in the back of his
Why would that be a good
skull.
reason?
Because it's over. What else are you gonna fucking do?
Just anything, whatever you were gonna do anyway.
He moved into his dad's divorce apartment. He's looking around at his bare walls. He's got no pictures on the fucking walls. There's nothing else going on. And he just fucking blows his head off, and you go, the triumphant spirit of mankind perseveres again. Like, that's how I would say it is.
Well, why don't you just start your own, I don't know,
Pro-suicide
announcement? Yeah. And you can
I
write a
should
big
start-
eulogy
I
for
should
everybody
start
on
a
how
website.
cool it is that they killed themselves.
Okay, well, what do you call it? Fucking what fucking the actor guy, Robin Williams. Why is it gotta be like, oh, it's so sad he killed himself? Why can't it be like the genie realized they were never gonna make another good Aladdin, so he just fucking was done. He's done.
Yeah, like a joke.
Man realized he made all the good movies he would ever make, and he didn't want to fuck around anymore. Like, why's it gotta be a bad thing? I guess. It's got to be so fucking sad.
What do you mean? It's horrible.
He's gonna die eventually. Isn't it better to just be like, fuck it? There's nothing going on.
What
There's nothing
turns
good
a
on
person
TV.
into this terminal Redditism that you have, where it's you're gonna die anyway, so why not now? Like, what do you mean? Why not now?
I don't know. Basic logic and science. What do you mean? Like,
what's science have to do with that? What do you mean science?
I'm saying, okay. Let's say I live another 40 years. What am I gonna do? What's gonna happen?
You'll have to lose weight if you're gonna lose another 40 years.
Okay, but let's say I do. Okay, I lose the weight. I get really healthy. I'm jacked.
Okay.
I live to be 90.
Yeah.
What happens?
I mean, just normal life stuff. What do you mean? Whatever
Okay,
you
well,
want.
I already did a bunch of normal life stuff. Am I going to see a different cool thing? Like, oh, hey, look at that thing. I didn't see that thing before. I can look at a picture of that thing now.
A picture?
Oh,
That's not doing anything.
I'll watch a video of the pyramids. Look, it's the
what
pyramids.
do you do?
Very cool. You end up like James Cameron, and you got to invent all this new bullshit to care about. You got to care about whales. I got to pioneer all this new technology for making movies. And then there's another guy who probably had just as much capability and talent and drive as James Cameron. He said, "I just don't give a shit about whales. I'm done."
Is that you? You're the one. You're the James
I'm
Cameron,
done.
the hidden
I'm
James
done.
Cameron.
Who cares?
Right.
Whether
It sounds
or
like
not
it just sounds like a cop out because your comic is late. All of this, like, nothing matters. I'm gonna die anyway. Just sounds like a cop out.
Well, I mean, let's be clear. Life is a series of distractions, and I've managed to keep myself very distracted.
For you, your life is a series of distractions. That's not everybody's experience.
You wake up and you go, "What am I doing? What am I doing now?" And you go, "Oh, I'm Vito's in comic book phase. This is the phase of my life where I'm distracted by comic books and other associated bullshit." And then eventually that phase comes to an end, and either A, I come up with a new thing to be distracted by, or B, I blow my brains out because who cares? Like, right now I'm into cats and comic books. That keeps me going. Those are the things. But if you run out of things,
I think you should just become a homosexual.
I think I've done that already.
I mean all the way. Like I think
Yeah.
I think that the attitude that you're displaying right now, like this nothing matters shit, I think that would be more endearing coming from a full-blown flaming homosexual. Rather than
but those guys have gay sex to keep them going. And you can be distracted by gay sex for a long time.
That is exactly why I'm saying it. You sound like you need something like poppers and continuous gay sex to interest you. That's why I'm saying.
In a way, the suicide rate among the trans community almost doesn't make sense because you're like, why aren't you just having weird, crazy trans sex all the time? That would keep you
because they're
for a
on
while.
like erection killing medicine, and they're all they don't
true.
fucking have any clue who they are or who their fucking is. It's all it's too exhausting mentally. Gay men are just like, I'm here, I'm queer, I want to steer my dick in your ass. That it's a very simple life. It's fun. It's got purpose.
I want to know if the suicide rate among gay people
What are you
is
Googling
higher
something?
or lower. I'm asking ChatGPT. I would imagine it's higher due to societal, like
among gay men.
Yeah, well, it says among gay and LGBTQ individuals.
Nah, you got to search gay men only. That other shit.
Yeah, because it says 35% of gay youths considered suicide because they're not fucking yet. But once you get past being a gay youth,
wait. Is that more than normal youths?
it says more. It says it's more than normal, I guess. Military personnel, lesbian, gay, and bisexual service members had. Well, here's the problem:
all right.
2.3 times higher odds of suicide ideation compared to heterosexual service members.
All right, well, but you're not in the army and you're not
sex.
a teenager, so that shit doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering if gay guys are probably like, "This is great. I can just fuck whatever I want."
Yeah, you should just become gay for like a year and get distracted by being gay. Try it out.
You're saying go real horny with it.
Just become gay and see if you get distracted by it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, science and logic is on my side.
Science and logic's on your side. I think if I recommitted my life to just, having
being homosexual,
wild sexual encounters
with men.
Yeah, I think I could last that out till the end of a human lifespan. And I get it. I get that.
See?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
There's a lot of stuff that you can get invested in to make your time on Earth like you got something to do. So maybe that's what the articles you say. John Brenkus ran out of stuff to do. That's it.
Okay, all right, that's
he
the end of the
ran out
problem.
of stuff to do.
All right, great.
He didn't have any other good ideas.
From a guy who does not think about suicide too much.
He didn't want to do gay stuff. So he just ended it all.
Here's my problem is artificial launch days.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Switch 2 is out. Maybe just launch days. The Switch 2 is out.
I kind of regret that I didn't go. I feel like I should have went.
I was going to just have guys who line up to get video game consoles as the problem.
I haven't done it since the original Switch. I did. That was like 8 years ago.
It's pointless. It's stupid.
It is pointless, yeah.
There's no games on that shit.
Now it's especially I don't know why anyone is excited for the Switch 2. It's like you can just wait until there's games for it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was coming out. But then I got a bunch of calls that said it's out, and I'm like, fuck, now I want one.
Why? To do what?
I don't know, but I want it.
Is there a new Mario Kart at least? I think there's a new Mario Kart.
There's a new Mario Kart, and you could be a UFO.
I don't think that's worth like $600 though.
But maybe it is. Maybe
it is.
I'm gonna have to buy it and play it first. I don't want to kill myself, so I might as well buy the new Switch.
The picture of Boogie's fat ass waiting in line for the Switch 2.
That's what just made me hate the whole thing. I'm like, look at this piece of shit.
Bro,
lying about cancer.
He brought a camping chair,
and nobody else did.
Spilling over the sides of the camping chair. You're like, Boogie, bro. Like, come on, man.
You deserve to sit on the ground. They should have a no chair policy at those lineups.
Chairs.
You have to.
Have you ever waited in line and done like a midnight release of a video game thing?
No, I haven't.
I did it a couple times. It was always to try and flip it. First time was for the Nintendo Wii, and we were really shitty high schoolers, me and my buddies, so we all lined up to get a Wii. We didn't have enough money for the Wii. We were definitely gonna flip it.
Okay.
And we were in the Target and the Best Buy were right next to each other. So we were in the Target line, and the Best Buy line was right next to us. And the Target got way more Wiis than the Best Buy. So after we got our Wiis from the Target, we went over the Best Buy line. We're like, you're not gonna get one. And then a very angry old man gave me $100. He's like, God damn it. And he was like really pissed that he wasn't going to get one because he had to get it for his like grandkid or something. I'm like, $100. Just give me an extra $100 and it's yours. He's like, all right, you little fucker. And he bought the Wii on me. So I made $100. That was fun.
It's that they have this like midnight release shit where it's like, oh, it's midnight Eastern time. Now they're available, but they have all the shit in the back. Just sell it. Just stop making it a whole day. So
you can't break street date, dick.
It's all of that is annoying. They're making the things in China. They're rolling off the conveyor belt. Just start sending them to people. Don't let it all back up and then make some big deal where a bunch of fat retards are lining up to wait for a arbitrary time to purchase this stupid console that has no games. Just let the pressure cooker valve off. Let people buy it when it comes out. Stop cock teasing. Stop marketing. Stop using us as statistics at every single point in our lives. Look at oh wow, look at this launch day. All these pieces of shit were lined up all around the country. On launch day, we sold 20 billion units, right? Because we made everybody wait outside around Boogie without chairs to line up for shit that we've had for weeks now.
Right.
Just let it out. Like a sandwich. Like go to McDonald's. Like I'd like a sandwich right now, please. Thanks. Here's the money.
But then some people will get it early, and isn't that horrible? They gotta
That'd be
all
great.
get it at the same time.
No, fuck it. Some people get it early. Maybe you'll get it early, but just do it. No more of this cock teasing shit. It's artificial. That was my point.
Well, obviously it's a hype building exercise. You want to show the crowd waiting in line. They do it for they used to do it for the new phones. I don't know if they do that anymore, lining up for the new iPhone or whatever else.
That was stupid too.
There's Boogie.
Yeah.
He looks so shitty in that picture. You're like, bro, what are you doing here?
Look at this piece of shit. Look at this fucking piece of shit right here, Boogie. Oops.
I guess you hang out. Honestly, I was thinking, I was like, man, I should just hung out in the parking lot with a trunk full of video game consoles and tried to sell them to everybody in line. I could have made some money.
Yeah.
Selling.
So you're telling me this is where the
This is a sad line, by the way.
This is a sad line. This is sadness and failure.
Well, you know what else is really sad about this is I feel like the average age of the console liner upper was guys in their 20s, early 30s or whatever. Now the new generation has come along and they're like, well, I can just play Fortnite. I can just play Marvel Rivals. I don't really need a Switch too. So if you look at this line, it's all just old, fat, bald guys like me going, oh, I got to buy the new Nintendo thing because I always buy the new Nintendo thing.
I got to buy two so I can flip one and make my money back.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, everybody, dude, I've seen so many people buying this who are going, I don't know why I bought it. I just had to buy it because it's the new Nintendo thing. It doesn't even have any games yet. And you're like, yeah.
I know they fucked us over. They conditioned us when we were
brain
kids.
Poisoned. Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks. I hate it. They shouldn't be allowed to do it.
This has never made any sense. Console launches are usually terrible. I mean, the last Switch, Zelda came out day one, so that made sense. You're like, new Zelda. I get it.
New Zelda's great.
And also the Switch at the time was... We're reaching this point, I thought about this the other day, where there's no new thing. So
what
the
do you
Switch
mean?
2, because when the Switch came out, you're like, oh my God, it's a portable console that can also hook up to the TV. You didn't have that before,
Yeah, it was great.
And it's like a party thing. Your friends, you can take the controllers, you can take them off. No one has ever used that feature for more than 2 seconds, but you can do it. And now you go, well, here's the Switch 2, and you're like,
no,
cool.
kids use it. Kids use it all the time because they can't play on the TV. So we got to all get around the tiny fucking thing.
But now you got the Switch 2, and you go, so what's it do? What's the new thing? And you go, I don't think it has one, necessarily. I think it's just the thing you already had. There's nothing new or novel about it that you need to get one. And that's what we're reaching with all technology. It's the same as the flat rectangle problem. Is you go, well, what's new about this phone? It's flatter. Oh, cool. Does it do anything new? You can't plug headphones into this one now.
Oh,
so it's
that's
actually
great.
worse.
I hate headphones.
But we invented a new thing. We've reached the point where instead of coming up, it used to be when you invented a product, you invented a thing that didn't exist yet that people would want to use.
Right.
Now you invent inferior versions of a thing that already exists and try desperately to convince people they're better than what you had before. Do you use wireless earbuds? I don't know.
The camera on the new phone is better than the old one. The camera's way better.
Sure, the camera's better. Well, but I'm thinking about the wireless earbuds. Do you use wireless earbuds at all?
All the time, constantly.
And you like that? You find that superior to having just a pair of headphones?
Oh yeah, that plug is bullshit. Plugging headphones in fucking sucks.
That's crazy to me. I don't get it. It's maybe marginal. I can understand some people finding it.
Yeah, but you have a fucking Android. That's like a piece of shit.
I like my Android.
It's trash.
No, it is not trash. It's a great fucking little thing.
Yeah,
That's got a
Android
great
sucks.
camera on it. It's got a better camera than the Apple half the time.
I doubt that. I really
think
doubt
it does. Have you heard the new Google phone can immediately detect Indian scammers and just tell them to go fuck themselves?
I don't believe you. No way.
Everybody's telling me that the Google Pixel, if you get it, you never get an Indian scam call ever again. I don't know what it's doing.
I don't. That sounds like bullshit. That sounds like Google bullshit.
I'm getting like 20 Indian scam calls. That's the only cell phone upgrade I want at this point. Is one that gets an Indian scammer on the phone and with an AI voice keeps them there for 30 minutes thinking they're talking to an elderly white woman until they realize they've wasted their time and then eventually bankrupts that entire industry. That's the only phone upgrade I want.
Well, thanks to Elon, soon there will be a billion more of them online. All right, that's my problem. What do you got?
Video game
artificial launch day.
Line. I remember I waited in line for a PS3 and there was this girl and I really had a crush on the girl in the PS3 line. And I wish I had kept in touch with her.
Kept in touch with her? What do you mean?
So the PS3...
A girl in a line?
Yeah.
How? Did you know her?
No, but we had to wait in line. We waited in line 2 nights for the PS3.
God. Okay.
So we became like an enclave. I was going to write a whole article about it back then, and I never did, but I did take a tape recorder, and I was recording my thoughts during my 2 days waiting for the PS3. And we became like a
fucking high fidelity over here.
It was like
day one.
I was reporting. Yeah,
Captain's log.
I think I might still have those tapes.
My ass hurts. Somebody stinks. Day 2. Oh, that was me. Captain's log. 8:30 in the morning.
Honestly,
I think shit.
I think I could write a movie about the wait in line for the PS3. Like, we became like a band. Everybody, it was like such an interesting group. There was like a black
band
guy
of brothers, like band of losers.
It was like Band of Brothers. It was like everybody had their own character trait. There was like a black guy who's like, I just can't wait to play that new Madden, man. I'm gonna get that new Madden. It's gonna be fucking hot. And there was like there was a sad divorced dad who had brought his daughter with him, and that was like their father bonding experiences. Waiting in line 2 days for the fucking PS3.
What did she get out of it?
I was hitting on her. I think she was like 17 or whatever. I was 7. I was a high school kid as well, so I was like, hey, we should take a walk. We should walk around. I was hanging out. I was trying to get in with the. We had a good time. She was a nice girl.
You trying to finger bang her in line for a PS3?
I wish if I'd finger banged that girl in line for the PS3, that would have been the quintessential human experience.
Let's go to the Wendy's and get a Frosty, and I'll finger bang you in the weird atrium that every Wendy's had.
I was a little too unsure of myself. You know, I wasn't confident back then.
Right. Okay.
Here's the worst part, though. Band of Brothers. And this is true. There was like 10 of us. Or like, ride or die, we're getting a PS3, boys. Ride or die, we're getting one. And then the day comes. We've been waiting in line 2 days, and they go, we only got 4 of them. And so all of a sudden the infighting comes in is like, I was here first. And it's like, no, I was definitely ahead of you. You did not show up on day 1. It's like, but you left the line to go get a sandwich. That means you reset. And then the infighting
all in front of that girl, too. All the losers. That's brutal.
And the Walmart yelled at us for unplugging their soda machine and plugging in a TV and a Dreamcast, and we were watching DVDs and shit. Man, it was a good time. It was a good that was some real camping experience. I can't get that anymore. Roughing it at the Walmart.
All right, what's your problem?
My problem is, where's my notes? My problem, Dick, you go to a establishment, you're like, I can't wait to peruse this business. I can't wait to reward this American business by purchasing goods and services. So you get up to the counter, you go, let me get one of those root beer floats, because that sounds good to me. And then you hand them your credit card, and she just silently points at the sign behind her. What does that sign say? Cash only.
Bro.
What the fuck are we doing?
I was at a donut store like 2 days ago.
It seems like you're always at a donut store these days.
I know, I am. I was at another donut store after my jaw therapy, and I had this Asian bitch, this old Chinese lady or whatever, Cambodian lady. She's all pissed off already, watching one of her watching one of her Asian soap operas on like volume 100. And then there's a Pachanga commercial after it, or Monrovia, U Mavai. I had her get all the donuts. She put them all in a bag. And then I hand her my card, and she goes, ah, and pointed at the sign. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, is it cash only? She goes, pointed at the sign. I'm like, what the fuck? She pointed at the sign as if to say, like, yeah, dummy, right here. And then she pointed at another sign behind her. And I'm like, you're gonna need a way bigger sign than that. This isn't like, you don't live in a world where it's maybe cash. You don't live in a world where it's maybe credit card. Kids on the subway selling bottles of water take credit card. Fucking valet takes credit card. It's definitely not an time, okay? This is a you time. This is a you fuck up. So I didn't get any donuts. She had to put them all back, I guess.
You didn't have any cash with you? There's nothing you could do?
Where the hell would I have cash from?
Well, you bring up a good point, is that, who wants to carry cash around? It's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And then whatever cash you have, let's be clear, I hate having to give cash in an establishment that could just have a credit card reader, because I go, that's cash I could use when I actually need it. When I'm in like a street taco situation, I go, I understand why this gentleman doesn't have a credit card reader. Yeah. All right, he's just some dude cutting meat off a spit in the middle of the road. I need that cash for that. I don't need that cash for in here. And that's the worst part, is that they're like, it'll be like the longest running businesses think it gives them the excuse. So this was me and a buddy. He was like, let's get some ice cream or something. I'm like, all right, cool. So I took him to this ice cream parlor, and it's one of the ones that goes, since 1928, we've been making our own saltwater taffy. And I'm like, so that just is, I know to you that sounds like, hey, we only take cash because it's quaint and old timey. But to me, it sounds like you've spent the last 90 years being a bad business and dicking around and not figuring out.
Yeah, or like you're hiding it, or you're just laundering it, or you're not reporting
the other thing. You're obviously cooking the books. You're taking the cash.
Yeah.
The only time I want to give cash, I go to that Frankensons to buy magic cards. And they go, how much are the magic cards? I go, this much. I go, what's the cash price? And the guy rubs his hands together, and we both understand the nature of the transaction. He's not going to report it, free money, whatever. Okay? I get the cash price when it comes to, illicit deals. But when I'm buying a fucking root beer float, just take credit cards. Not that hard. Obviously, the reasons people are going, or businesses refuse to take credit cards, are the processing fees of 1.5 to 3.5% per transaction. What I don't understand is if that's really sticking to your craw. Whenever I go to a place and they go, hey, it's an extra 50 cents to use your credit card, I don't care. That's fine to me.
I hate that. When they charge you extra, it's like, well,
if it's like an exorbitant fee, if it's like an insane fee.
No, I don't want any fee. I'm not getting penalized for number one, saving everybody time by using the card, and number two, not carrying around a wad of cash like I'm a gangster. I don't want to be penalized for that at all. It should actually cost less. I know that there are fees involved, but my convenience at not having to carry around cash should be reflected in a cheaper price for me, not a penalty.
There should be rewards. Absolutely. I mean, thankfully, when I use my credit card, I do get rewards, and that's what they're trying to get me on. This claims that speed and simplicity, cash is immediate. It's the speed of me tapping the screen with the thing seems a lot easier than some old lady dealing out nickels, trying to get you exact change bags. Obviously, people trying to avoid tax costs. Can be one of the reasons. And cultural norms in some neighborhoods or countries, cash is dominant, especially among older populations. In certain cities, they go, it's cash only, man. That's the way it is. And it's like, yeah, I know, because you're all underreporting your taxes. As of 2023, around 10 to 15% of small businesses in the U.S. are still cash only, which is too many. I think Trump needs to pass a law. 10% to 15%.
It's
That's
a
1 in
lot.
10 businesses. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Too many.
I think Trump's got to step in and go, let's be clear. If Doge's trying to get as much tax money as we can out of people,
How do
we
you
gotta
think it's
mandate the
pronounced
credit
Doge?
cards.
How, after all this shit that's been on the news and like every piece of media, how do you think it's pronounced Doge?
It's pronounced Doge. Look at that Doge.
How do you think that?
Because Doge is retarded. It's
But that's
Doge.
that's what it is. Doge. That's the name of the
It doesn't have
thing.
to be. It can
Well,
be whatever I want it to be.
No, words can't be whatever you want them to be.
It's a regional dialect. That's how we pronounce it in Massachusetts. Because I will say Doge. I go, look at that Doge over there. Look at that. That's a good old
Yeah,
dog.
but the thing is
That's
not
a dog
Doge.
right there.
It's Doge. Even if it's stupid.
It's got a picture of a dog on the coin. You can't tell me not to pronounce it Doge. Look at that dog. That's a good old dog on that coin there.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Let's see. 59% of Americans still carry cash, and around 20% of consumers prefer cash for small purchases. I don't get that at all.
No, that's false.
I love buying
That's
like
stupid.
a 50-cent thing and knowing they're gonna have to swallow those credit card fees and get off on it. Cash-only businesses may lose sales. Guys, studies suggest up to 40% of consumers avoid cash-only places. It's always like these these hipsters go like, you got to try this new place. They make like an artisan noodle sandwich or whatever. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, yeah, I'll try it. And then like for some reason they think
Cash
'cause
only. No, fuck off. I'm out.
we gotta. I think yeah. There's a certain group of people who think being cash only is like cool and like kind of roguish or whatever. And it's like, no, stupid.
Yeah.
Take credit cards.
Just
It's
put
not
the swiper
cute.
on your fucking phone.
It's not fun.
I see I see you have a phone there. Just put the thing on your phone.
And you can get those things anywhere. And there's no excuse at this point. It used to be I could understand you got to get a credit card reader or whatever. Now you can just get a fucking
No,
Square
you just sign up
thing.
with your email. It's easy.
Yeah, it takes nothing.
All right,
So,
is that that's a good problem.
Cash only businesses. Put them out of business. Again, they're one of the reasons I'm running out of stuff to do, and hopefully I will.
All right,
He ran
I
out of
brought
stuff
in.
to do. He ran out of stuff to do.
I brought in this.
Yeah, let's see.
This thing. Apparently, a woman made a video about me.
I did not hear about this.
You didn't know about
Fantastic.
this?
No.
Ethan Van Sciver says this video debunks Dick Masterson's tweet about Nerdrotic's Ghostwritten and bot-farmed Ripperson memoir Big
Can I
Time.
do the thing again where I think some context would be helpful to our listeners?
Yeah.
So last
Fuck.
episode we talked about the fact that Nerdrotic is making a book, which will be published by Ripperson. It is called "From Prison to YouTube: The Story of a Big Fucking Baby Efsler."
Retard.
And you-
Loses the story of a guy who sold meth to kids.
The story
and is
of
now
selling meth to kids.
trash to kids
selling something much
on
worse.
YouTube. And his wife's fat.
Now you did a little bit of your classic Dick Tracy.
Fuck my classic 10
Masterson.
seconds of research. My classic 10 fucking seconds of research.
Don't downplay it. You're an expert detective. You looked into this memoir being written by Gary Nerdrotic.
Yeah.
You discovered
Fuck, I
some
forgot what it was
certain
called.
information.
Let me find the name of it. It is
The name of the service.
the name of the website. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Can't
find
you just
it.
look at your tweets? I'll find
No, I don't know where it is now. It's like Legacy something push press. Legacy.
Basically, the
push.
day after the show, Dick, who is an
Press.
expert level detective, he did a lot of sleuthing.
There you are. Wait, say that again.
Test 112. Hello. Am I
Yeah.
back?
Fuck, where is the stupid thing?
You did some expert level
Legacy
sleuthing.
Launchpad Publishing. Here it is.
Okay.
Legacy Launchpad
And
Publishing.
you discovered
Okay.
that perhaps this may not have been written by Gary Nerdrotic.
No,
It
you're
may
like
have been.
No. Listen. This is the company that published Nerdrotic's book. This is the company that's credited with publishing the book, Legacy Launchpad Publishing. So this woman that Ethan Van Sciver's tweeting that made a video about me. I haven't watched it yet. Maybe we could watch it here, but I don't know. We'll watch it if it's interesting. Here's how it works, okay? If you're a writer if you're a writer and you write a book, all the big publishers, not like you, like me, the big publishers say, all right, this person's a good writer. We want to get this book out to the people. There's nothing to do with you. When you do that, you will find very quickly that everybody wants, for some reason, because I've got a book published that I wrote by a big publisher, for some reason, everybody is more fixated on wanting that than like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. Like that is getting a book published by a publishing company for whatever reason is the ultimate form of validation on the face of the fucking planet. More than like being married to some supermodel hot woman, more than having won the Stanley Cup, more than anything. The raw envy
for authors, for
anybody,
people,
anybody. That's the weirdest thing. It's anybody.
They want to be published.
All they want is for them to be deemed worthy. All anybody wants is for them to be deemed worthy by people who are paid to scout for talent and stories and writers.
Right.
For one of those people who are professionals at this to look at them and say, you are a good enough writer to do this, or more importantly, your story is good enough for us to take and publish. And they could do that in a couple ways. They'll say, you write it, we'll edit it. But writing's very difficult. So a lot of times now, they'll say, you're a celebrity, or you're a celebrity, so your life's interesting. You're a celebrity, so you're famous, so you have to have done something interesting in there, because being a celebrity is interesting in and of itself. Or you've done something very strange and very weird and very remarkable, so we want to tell your story. Or you're a statesman or a politician. They will say, we've got to tell your story. We're going to do a real good job of it, and we've got all these amazing writers that we've worked with over the years. We're going to give you a ghostwriter. They're going to become friends with you. They're going to shadow you. They're going to talk to you all the time, and they're going to love. They really are really good. This one's matched with you personally. They're really good at learning what you're all about, and they're going to do the best job and take the most care of your story and make it the best that it can be, so we can publish it. Right? Does that all make sense? Does that all make sense so far?
This is the first season of BoJack Horseman.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what a ghostwriter is. Now, like everything in life, like everything in America, like everything in capitalism, because people want it so bad, there are dirty, underhanded companies and people that come along and say, you know what? We can tap into this sick, narcissistic need that people have to be validated and appear as though they were wanted by a publishing company to tell their story. We can trick people into thinking that their story is worth something, that they themselves are worth something, and that they're and validate them. And these people are, and we'll instead of and we'll charge them for it. We'll say your story's great. We'll act just like the big publishers. We'll say, we want to tell your story, but to do it, you need to pay us $50,000 for all the trouble that we're putting. Now, the real publishers, the real ghostwriters, the real actual publishing people, they don't do that. They don't charge.
Right.
They charge you out. They charge you out of your. Yeah, they give you money in advance for your trouble,
and
then they deduct
goes
it
against your advance if they need to.
Out of your profits, because they know you're good. But the scam artists, they charge you up front and say, this is going to change your life, and that's why. Let me see. They say things like writing this book.
That's a hook right there. This is a better log line than anything the Ripperverse has ever written.
Writing this book, getting this book, telling your story is gonna change your life.
Hold on, now this
the
is
real
exciting.
Publishers do not say that. That is something that scam artists say.
Hold on, it's a good pitch. I would like my life to change.
So and these people are called the dark, the scammy, the predatory.
Vanity press is
publishers.
a common term, right?
It's called vanity press. It's called vanity press. It's not ghost. The ghostwriting is inconsequential.
Vanity press is publish any book. This is even more insidious, where it's vanity press with a ghostwriter that you're paying to write your story. Yeah.
You pay them, and the reason you do it is because they have a hard sell like this. Let's change your life with a book, right? And this is what Nerdrotic is doing.
Hey, it worked for Reading Rainbow. That hook propelled 8 seasons. So
What hook?
why not? Let's change your life with a book.
That was Reading Rainbow?
Rainbow. Well, I mean, it's like kind of what he was, the basic theme of the show, I believe.
Yeah, but they didn't call it that.
He didn't say it specifically.
Look at this shit.
Take a look in a book. Look at these.
Tell us your story. We'll build your legacy.
Well, what's interesting is that she has, like success stories. Let's see. These are people
success stories, real estate investor, and life coach.
That's somebody whose book I need right now.
Activist, right? Jason Corman, CEO and co-founder of The Gaping Void.
5-star reviews for paying money to somebody to write their book.
Where will your book take you? Become a rock star. This is not something that legitimate publishing agencies or companies say. Become a rock star. This book will change your life. Where will this book take you?
Okay, hold on. But
become the number one authority in your field.
This is a good scam. It's a good scam.
It's the most obvious scam in the world.
Is like,
unless you're fucking retarded.
This is like getting your degree in criminal psychology from the American Correspondence College of American Samoa, and then you get to go on fucking court TV and go, well, I am a criminal psychologist. You get TV appearances. If you have a book to go along with it, I actually wrote a book called How to Stop Criminals from Doing Criminal Stuff.
Yeah,
and then you get to go on all the TV shows, hit the red carpet.
Look at what you can get for the low cost of $100,000. You can hit the red carpet. You can be featured on TV. You can get on stages. Hit bestseller list. You can be written about. Look, I mean, just look at the sickness. Look at the level of sickness that this would appeal to. Hit the red carpet. Get on stages. Get on podcasts. Oh, holy shit! I can get on podcasts. All right, get started.
A lot of this stuff is about how good a liar you are, and it is a good opening email when you go, "Hey, I'd love to be on your podcast. I wrote the award-winning book From Prison to YouTube.
I'd love to be on your podcast that no one listens to.
Podcast.
Yeah, I'd love to be on your show that nobody listens to. Here's a book that nobody read. With Amazon reviews that were included with the purchase of my book.
But that's the best part about best-selling books is nobody's read any of them. So, like, most best-selling books, I think they say, like, have sold, like, 1,500 copies. You can get in the New York Times bestseller list now.
Yeah.
So it is like, the
bestseller list is just, they pick it. There's no, it's not numbers based. I mean, it's
among
somewhat numbers based, but it's not completely numbers based. Here's scam red flag number 50 million.
You got to do a TEDx talk. Wow.
This is something that you'll often see in scams, is an application to work with the people, as though to somehow imply that they say no ever, right? Here's an application. Oh, an application.
We gotta vet you.
Yeah, this is
not anybody can pay.
Not anybody can just. Yeah, not anybody can fork over $100,000 and have a book written about,
all those kids they sold meth to.
Yeah.
We can't just let that happen.
Here's the best.
Make sure that you're the best kid meth seller. Maybe not children. I don't know who he sold meth to. He sold it to somebody.
Who fucking cares? I'm looking for the price of this shit. Privacy services about.
I do want to mention though. So Dick puts this out on Twitter. He goes, "Hey, jackass, you didn't write a book. You're just paying these guys to write it for you." Which
I don't care. Again, I don't care about the ghostwriting. I don't give a fuck because I really don't think people should be doing things that they haven't done for their entire lives. Like, especially art. I don't care about ghostwriting.
Yeah.
What is
not
funny...
comics, though. Anybody can make those, but go ahead.
Yeah, what's funny is that Nerdrotic paid for this service from a company that is just churning out trash to get you put on, like, morning talk shows to be the authority in, like, the tri-state area realty group. Like, I'm the number one realtor. Hey, I'm here to talk to you today about do you own a home that's too big for you? And other sorts of trash.
Well, because all these guys who suck and are not naturally good at anything, other than stirring up outrage, they all want to be on TV.
Yeah.
Every one of these Friday Night Tights guys who complains all day about I hate TV and I hate movies or whatever else, if you told them, hey, I could get you on the movie set of that new DC thing, and you could
here's $100,000.
Yeah, they go, oh my god, I gotta do it, I gotta get there. Like, it's been that's what happened with Daily Wire. Is it's a bunch of guys sitting around going, man, we're so tired of all this. We hate Hollywood. I fucking hate Hollywood. And then they're like, oh, come to our red carpet premiere. Oh, look at all the books we wrote. You're like, you guys just want it, and you can't admit that you want it. And what Nerdrotic, I assume, wants is he wants to be the guy that when, you see he's been on with Piers Morgan a couple times for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
He wants to be the guy that they call up when they go, we need, we have our YouTube expert here, the author of From Prison to YouTube. Let's be clear. He's putting YouTube in the title of the book for a very obvious reason. Is so now anytime you go, oh, he must be a YouTube expert, he has a book with the word YouTube in it. So he can go on these talking head news shows. He goes, well, what I've experienced on YouTube, and again, I am the writer of From Prison to YouTube, is the thing about culture and what. All of a sudden, his opinions are coming from because right now he goes on those shows and they go, here's Gary from the YouTube channel Nerdrotic, and you go, what
idiot,
who's this
bullshit?
Bullshit. But now,
he's coming in
best-selling author.
Exactly.
He's an expert in the field. And
it would have been
like
so
this
easy.
Fake expertise.
It would have been so easy to just like genuinely hire a writer who believed in your story, who knew about it, and who could craft it into a book and not go to this vanity slop factory.
Well, but that's the thing. The book does not exist for anyone to ever read it, ever.
Yeah.
That's not the point of the book. The book exists so that when he's emailing with fucking Fox News or Daily Wire or whatever else, he can go, hey, I'd love to appear as a panelist on your show. I do have a book about YouTube.
Yeah.
I probably know something about YouTube. No one is supposed to read it at all.
It's not a vanity press. I don't know what
it's
saying.
A real book.
I didn't just pay somebody to write a book and then get a bunch of like fake Amazon reviews included with my book buying package. It's all legit.
The book does not exist for anyone to read it.
2 rounds of revision.
Nice.
That's what, I mean, that's all you need.
All packages? All 3 packages get me 2 rounds?
Yeah. Distribution to Amazon, which, of course, is like...
That's very hard to get a book on Amazon. I don't know how you do
Creation
that.
of an Amazon author page.
Yeah.
Where are the bots?
You're missing... Wait. Right below the one you had highlighted, and this is great.
Amazon Review Squad. There it is.
Review Squad what does that say?
Review Squad Coordination.
Done
for you.
Because, look, again, no one is ever going to actually read the book, but on the off chance that the guy from American News Network wants to check your credentials, he goes to the Amazon page, and it goes, I wanted a guy who knew a lot about YouTube. And thankfully, this guy knows a lot about YouTube and prison. You could even interview him about prison stuff, too. He's a twofer. If you need a prison expert, well, when I was
QR
in there...
code. Wow. Man, that's great. A dedicated book website, bro. I mean, this is like...
That's the premium package, Dick. Hold on. Not everyone can afford that. That's big.
This is what it is. I've been able to get a TED Talk, get on shows like Today and The Doctors and Into the New York Times.
That's it.
I despise this process of fake credentialism. Like this is the meritocracy right here. This is what Michael Young meant. This is what it actually means. It's buying the kind of clout and validation and authority that comes from actually writing a real book and doing it the real way and not being a realtor or a fucking CEO of Iron Tech Security.
Hilarious. Here's what's hilarious about these testimonials is you're never going to find a guy who goes, I'm just so glad I got to tell a great story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not it. It's, guys, Do you know I got to go on the Today Show? I got to be on the red carpet. I saw Chris Pratt for 2 seconds. Like, nothing about it is, I really wanted to make a book because I like books and I want to tell a great story. It's, look at all this shit I got from making a book. The book is just a stepping stone to the bullshit, glad-handing, red carpet jerk-off session. That is what they actually want. They don't want to write a good book. That doesn't matter to them at all. It's, well, if I got the book, look at all this. I got a TED Talk. Now that's real shit. Because a TED Talk, I can sell stuff. A book,
Anybody who makes
It's endless fucking trash, man. From the people who built whatever careers on nonstop criticism. This is the lowest. This is the lowest form of art that you can be engaged in. Pure slop. Generated
it's just crazy how blatant they are about it. Yeah, it's crazy how blatant they are about going. Again, it doesn't say, hey, we're going to help you make a great book. It says, you know how many opportunities this will open up? Shouldn't the book be the opportunity? What do you mean? Open up opportunity? Don't you want to make a great book? Isn't the opportunity to make books? No, it gets you somewhere else. It's like Eric July. Hey, I can make this comic, but, you know, what comes after the comic? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe make more comics. Yeah, that's fine. But like, what if I made like a live action trailer? You know, that would be crazy, right? Game. Or maybe I could make a video game. Maybe I could make a fucking a cartoon. You're like, maybe focus on making a fucking comic first. All right, none of those criticisms apply to me because again, I'm a jack of all trades, wonderkind. But to other people, I understand.
Okay, here's what this woman said. Here, YouTuber pays $100,000 for a ghostwritten memoir. So this is the video that I don't know if we're gonna watch the whole thing.
Who is this?
Tits McGee here. She's a ghostwriter, I guess.
So she writes it. She writes the books.
Yeah, let's see what she has to say. After all that complaining, let's see what she has to say about it.
To a certain level of success on the internet gets their haters. These are people who spend their entire lives trolling social media, looking at every piece of content you make, and they can't wait to find out that you've made a mistake, or better yet, if you've been scammed. This brings a type
No, actually, the best would be if you've been killed. That's what I would really, that would be the best, not scam.
Is there a way to jack her volume up a tiny bit?
Let me see.
If not, it might be okay.
Can you not hear it?
She sounds a little lower than you, I'd say. So.
Okay, let me see.
Orgasm.
Yeah, you're right.
Bump her up a little
she's
bit.
just fucking low. Let me see if I can crank her up here.
You need a volume boost. Look up volume booster extension for Chrome.
Okay.
It would be help. Everyone's saying I can't hear it, but I mean I could turn my speakers up.
They're saying it's fine.
Are
they saying it's fine?
Everybody okay with the volume? I'll just turn on my speakers. Yeah,
video is better watched with the volume off. I can put on the volume extension thing. Hold on.
Yeah, do it. Just do it quick. I'd both.
What is it called?
Slightly. Volume booster.
Okay. Volume booster. Add it to Brave.
Oh, don't add it to Brave. Are you using Brave?
I think so.
I don't.
What is it? This little musical notes here.
You just click the speaker.
Oh shit!
Anybody who
Where does it go now?
That sound. I think that's. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Mine's in my toolbar. It's a
okay.
Makes it to a certain level of success on the internet. Gets their haters. These are people who spend their entire lives trolling social media.
Turn it down a little more.
No, I'm turning. Now it's back off. What are you talking about?
All right, then put it up a tiny bit.
Now it's turned off.
Looking at every piece of content.
Is that good?
Sure. Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah, sure. Me, is that good? I installed this fucking plugin for you.
I would turn it up like a notch, like one more notch, up one notch. Yeah.
Okay.
They can't wait to find out that you've made a mistake.
That's good?
Yeah.
Look at how pissed off and horny this woman is for me. Because I was saying such horrible things about ghostwriters. I know ghostwriters, so I know how it works. They like become the person. They stay friends with them forever.
They form a relationship.
Anybody who makes it to a certain level of
Are you sure that sounds good? It sounds
now
like
turn
shit.
It down. Now it's blown out.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
You just turn it up a little. That's good.
Their haters. These are people who spend their entire lives trolling social.
That's good?
That's good. Yeah. You can adjust the regular volume now. Yeah.
No.
I'm saying you don't have
Really?
to keep going back to the volume booster. That will also.
I don't know
adjust
how
the
it works. It's
volume
my
level.
first time using it. I don't like to use
just
things
hit
on the
play,
fly.
And I'll tell you if it's good.
All right.
Anybody who makes it to a certain level of success on the internet
Perfect.
gets their haters. These are people who spend their entire lives trolling social media, looking at every piece of content you make, and they can't wait to find out that you've made a mistake, or better yet, if you've been scammed. This brings a type of orgasmic joy to the haters.
Yeah, it's great.
The guy that I hate.
Yeah, because now everyone can see that you're stupid. Like I could see all the time. Now everyone can see it. Like, aha, got you. I got you, you fuck. That's why it's great.
He got screwed, and I'm gonna crow about it because I'm much too smart to have been screwed the way he was. In the unlikely
it's
event
not
you
No,
have
egotistical.
nobody
heard
else
of-
wants to make a fucking ghostwritten book, you dumb bitch. It's not that. Oh,
It's not
I
'cause
would
I'm
never
smart.
get- Oh, if I was smart, I would get taken in by this ghostwriting book. I don't want to give a TED talk, you dumb cunt.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's why.
Christ. Yeah.
If these tits were brains, right?
I understand that just because I complain about media on the internet doesn't mean I'm suddenly a special and delightful individual who needs to go on The View or The Talk or whatever about what a fucking expert I am.
I don't need validation. That's why I didn't get scammed. Not being smart.
No.
All right, here we go.
Nerdrotic, aka Gary Buchler, very, very German name. He
AKA
is a pop
loser.
culture critic who focuses primarily on the dumpster fire that is Disney and basically the general slop that Hollywood has been churning out. In the process of becoming a very famous YouTuber, I think he's more than 1 million strong now, he's
Wow.
collected a few haters. And one of them this last week got wind of the fact that apparently Nerdrotic was scammed by a vanity publisher.
Yeah.
Which, being the nonsense-free editor and ghostwriter extraordinaire, that caught my attention.
Yeah, because
How
true.
could it possibly be that someone at this level of success in their life got scammed by something as low rent as a vanity?
Because he's an
Because he's a
empty-headed
retard.
idiot.
LMFAO. Nerdrotic got scammed by a vanity publisher to
Yeah.
write his masturbatory
Yeah.
From Prison to YouTube memoir.
By the way, that's a good sentence, bitch. Since you're a fucking
that's
writer.
good writing.
The
Yeah.
ISBN.
I don't know why
Just
she's
on the
mocking
cover.
it.
I'd love to see what
This
she
is just
writes.
Solid writing, yeah.
They interview you for 15 hours and then pump out some dog shit memoir, scare quotes,
Yeah.
for $100,000. Fake Amazon reviews included. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
they are fake Amazon reviews. That's why is that like?
That's all
what do you
accurate.
mean?
Everything I
It
said
says
there is
on there
accurate.
we organized the Amazon review squad. Do you think the Amazon review squad goes, well, hold on, I'm really going to put this book through its paces? It was really only a 3 out of 5, I got to say. No, they fill it with fake fucking reviews that say this guy wrote a genius book. It's a scam on the fucking audience. It's a scam. That's literally a scam. Writing fake reviews is the fucking definition of a scam. To go, I don't know if it's good, but I was told to write a review that said it's good. That's a fucking scam, you dumb
It's
bitch.
a fucking scam, dude.
It's an obvious scam.
This book,
That's the
writing
most
a book
blatant
will
scam
change your
there's
life.
ever
That's a
been.
fucking scam. Right? Hey, these beans will change your life. What do you mean those beans will change my life? Kid, trust me, these beans will change. Just give me that cow, right?
Let me also like. Were you saying he got scammed or that he is scamming?
He got
Because
scammed.
there's a little bit of both.
No, he he got scammed.
He got scammed because
there's no
you
reason to
don't
pay
need-
a vanity press.
There's no reason to pay. You can just pay anybody to
Pay
do
the
it.
ghostwriter
Right.
directly. Pay a
Yes.
ghostwriter like $10,000 to write your fucking retarded memoir. You don't need
Right.
all that other shit. So it's a scam.
Publishing a book is not that hard. Paying somebody to write a book for you is not that hard.
No.
If you're paying $100,000 to get a shit memoir put together, yes, that is an idiot amount of money to spend on that.
Yeah, you're paying to like get introduced to the TED Talk people, so you can go give TED Talks on your gay book.
I mean,
about
this is it's the Rip
I know!
pitch where they go, we have, all these special things. Well, what do you have? We got a bunch of Koreans to write fake reviews for you. Well, I can fucking get that. What do you mean? That's not like a special thing only you have.
Why would I want that? Why would I
We got
want
we got a bunch of
Indians
dumb
writing
white
reviews?
bitches with rotting English degrees to write shitty memoirs. I can find one of those. Like, you're not doing anything special. That's the scam.
And by the way, I hate a lot of people. So I'm not online all day, like, obsessing about just one person. I have a lot of people that I hate that I got to go one by one by one by one. I'm like Santa Claus of hate, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't flatter yourself. I'm not spending all day looking for your fuck ups. I just happen to see a fuck up from, 1,000 yards, and I say, oh, wow, a fuck up. Look at that. Hey, everybody, look at that. A fuck up. Exactly like I thought there would be.
Well, the big fuck up was that clearly there's a way to do this, that it isn't immediately revealed who you paid to ghostwrite the fucking thing, but instead he chose the dog shit, like, D-tier package, and now we get to pick it apart endlessly because he didn't hide who fucking wrote it. That's the stupidest thing he did. I gotta hear more of this.
YouTube memoir. The ISBN is already on the cover. They interview you
Yeah,
for
the
15
ISBNs are
hours and then pump out some dog shit memoir, scare quotes, for $100,000.
I'm not gonna lie, if this girl was
Fake
talking about
Amazon
stepping on my
reviews
dick, I'd
included.
watch it.
Okay,
She's good at talking down to me.
confused. So, okay.
Yeah, you're
How
confused.
is it you think that ghost-written memoirs are created? That's the first thing.
Not through
And
Vanity Press.
two, you know what? I'm going to stop. That price tag does seem really hefty.
Yeah.
$100,000.
Take your top off.
So for a full-length memoir, for
I wish.
reference,
Take your
generally
top
speaking,
off.
I, the nonsense-free editor, will charge anywhere between $6,000 and $9,000 for a memoir, which is a hefty chunk
Wow,
of
you're
change,
underselling
but you know, it's not $100,000. So,
Yeah. So where's
maybe
the money
Gary-
going?
Gary, did you get fleeced? Did you? And if not, what was worth that price tag?
Introductions
what
to TED Talk
exactly is
people.
involved in memoir ghostwriting?
Oh, the fake
why
Amazon
would
reviews, which is
anybody
where the
do it?
$100,000 goes.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's
Oh
get started.
boy, let's learn.
Wait, she has a whole intro thing?
Yeah, made by a guy on Fiverr. You can pay $5 for this.
Hello,
That's the
shameless
point. You're
writers.
gonna pay
I'm
for all
Kristen
this
McKiernan,
shit.
the nonsense-free editor, here for your regular dose of writing and publishing wisdom. And this week we're
I'm
going to
gonna
be
hire this
talking about
lady.
ghostwriting, specifically ghostwriting nonfiction, memoirs, and informational nonfiction.
Okay.
You,
Okay.
the successful
Yeah.
person, decide that, you know what, you just don't have time for this, and you're going to hire someone to write you a nonfiction
Hit
book.
those two
Yeah.
diagonal
What?
arrows
What? What do you
real
mean?
quick next to CC.
That?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Whoa. All right.
Or about some subject that you're an expert in. And then you're going to publish it under your name. I don't need to tell you that this is not a new practice. We all know Hillary Clinton did not sit down and write all of those books. And maybe Barack Obama did.
They're famous, retard. That's the point.
Yeah,
Hillary Clinton. For Hillary Clinton
Gary's
wrote a
got
book.
a lot of time sitting around. Like, honestly, I think Gary could take time to write his own shitty book. I don't think he can write, but you know, I think he's
Everyone
doing
running
more
for
shit,
president
less shit
writes a
than
book.
Hillary Clinton. Yeah,
Hillary Clinton has killed a lot of people. Okay, she didn't
she
go
was
to
busy
prison.
drone striking.
It's a way more
Yeah.
interesting memoir than I sit on the internet and complain about Star Wars all day.
We don't know. But
By the way, they asked her to write that book.
Yeah,
That's how
She
you know
didn't reach
you're
out.
not fucking up. That's how you know you're not getting scammed, is when someone asks you to write it.
Hillary
some
Clinton
reason,
didn't
and I
have to
think
fill out
maybe
the
it had-
form.
Oh, look at all the Amazon reviews.
See if we have time for you. Ooh.
has a little bit something to do with the proliferation of AI models. People are starting to kind of dump on ghostwriting as a whole again. In reference to the neurotic nonsense, this commenter said, why not just hire a ghostwriter and give him credit?
There you go.
Bill O'Reilly did it when he
Great.
was using falafels on women. I could tell you're my age. That weren't his wife. And
What
neurotic
the hell
is
is
no
your
Bill
age?
O'Reilly. Even though this whole thing
40.
stinks. Or maybe you're my dad's age. He really likes Bill O'Reilly.
I hope
actually
I'm your
not sure,
dad's
but
age,
You're not young.
honey.
You're not young. Now, Brandon over here is not the only person who feels like using a ghostwriter is fine as long as you credit the ghostwriter. As a ghostwriter myself, I have been credited on occasion.
Oh.
But more times than not, I am not credited.
I want to credit those tits.
And I, as the ghostwriter, am not upset about that. I, personally, could not have written
I'll sign those tits with my dick. Right? Right
Mr.
here.
Masterson.
I'm gonna
come
connect the
on.
dots with my jizz.
No, that's-
I'm gonna play that little box game where you draw a line and then you can connect
I'm gonna
all
play
the lines.
Plinko. I'm gonna get it all the way down the front of the dress.
Oh yeah.
Peggle.
See, if I was having a daughter, I wouldn't be able to make this joke anymore. But I'm having a son, so I don't care.
Now you have to make this joke so your son turns out right.
Where is there? Can I clip this thing? And oh, all right.
in this specific book without the knowledge of the author. This goes doubly true for any memoirist because it's about their life. So before we get into the meat of everything, I do want to dispel the
I want to
idea
get
that
into the
using a
meat of something,
ghostwriter.
baby.
She's saying erotic stuff on purpose.
I know.
Before we
she's
get into
fucking
this,
with us.
before we beat the
She's
meat
talking
out
about
of
using
this
falafels
topic.
on women. She's talking about getting into the meat. Like
Someone's
she knows
dad.
what
She's
she's
talking-
doing.
Yeah, she's
Talking
like,
about
oh, you could be my
dads.
dad's age.
I
How'd you
know,
like
it's
to
hard to
fuck
stay
these
angry
huge
at this
tits?
lady.
This is obscene. All right.
Is unethical, or that somehow not crediting your ghostwriter is immoral. It's not. Neither of these things are unethical. And when you look at the complaints, the people who are angry at a specific author for using a ghostwriter,
What the
or
fuck
being
are you talking
suspected of
about?
using a ghostwriter, if you drill down the reviews enough, you will typically find that it's not the practice of using a ghostwriter that they're actually upset about. It's that they hate the author themselves. Called it way back. Nerdrotic ain't writing, nor even dictating no book. Well, hello, my fellow Southern brethren.
Okay, hold on.
It's lovely to
Hold,
see-
see, one second. Okay,
What is
lady,
this?
Lady,
Yeah.
here's what I got to explain to you is I get that there's some dummies out there who probably couldn't write a book because they're dumb, but maybe they have an interesting life story and they got to get somebody to help them write it or whatever. You know, I'm sure there's people like that out there. Gary Nerdrotic is a guy whose job and profession is to pick apart scripts and media and movies and things to analyze them with a critical eye for quality. And you're telling me that cocksucker who for years has been telling us, I know all sorts of stuff about comic books and movie scripts, whatever else, when presented with the chance to tell his own story, said, I don't fucking know how to write at all, and I'm going to pay $100,000 to a chop house to put it together.
No,
Does
I
that
disagree.
not tell you that his opinions on media are complete
No.
bullshit?
I mean, I think I totally disagree. I don't think critics should even try to write anything.
It's not that he needs to try to write it. It's that when presented with the chance that if he really wanted to tell his own story, couldn't he find a writer he likes?
Finding a
scout,
writer.
like,
Yeah.
Instead, he just literally went with the, I don't know, these guys.
I mean, we should
do it.
have way less writers in the world. I think they're mostly terrible. It's just too easy to try to do, so people think they're good at it without working on it at all. I definitely don't think he should have written it.
But let's
whatever.
also be clear that he talks about pushing out half-baked media projects out there and going, oh, they just flopped this movie out there. There wasn't any care put into it. And you go, you get 2 rounds of revisions.
This is the slop
This is the definition
of all
of slop. You're
This is the
making
definition of
pure
slop.
You get interviewed by a person. They put your story together in a 10-hour conversation. You get 2 rounds of revisions to go, actually, I wasn't gay until I was a teenager. And then they put out your shitty, I only got raped in prison 5 times.
Yeah.
Not
on
the
YouTube.
12. Let's, I know it was 12, but let's scale it back. Let's say it was just a couple times because I don't
Trash.
want to,
It's trash.
get
It's
into
fucking
it.
trash.
He's
it's total
making
trash.
That's
Trash.
why it's a scam.
Fucking
He's
trash.
making the exact trash that he says, I'm not going to, I handle the trash.
It's fucking trash.
So I paid for a book that might get me a TED Talk and an appearance on The View.
It's a brochure. It's a sales brochure that realtors and life coaches buy to get on TV to sell their scam services to retards. That's what it is.
I hope she talks
It's
more about
impressive
you.
that he can even compose and read his own rants for his
Yeah.
videos.
That's
assuming
true.
He writes those.
He seems
He
illiterate.
clearly harbors deep resentment toward creative people generally.
Yes,
Does that sound like
that's
someone
true.
who actually has thought deeply about the consequences. Of
100%. That guy
ghostwriter
sounds 100% rational.
or a public-
That is my analysis of it at all.
No,
He
this is
hates
someone who-
creative people. His life is devoted to taking any media project and going, God, I hope there's a black person in it because then I got something to talk about.
'Cause then I
like
hate it.
that's it. It's the
Yeah.
it's yes. That seems like a very coherent person who has looked at Nerdrotic's content and went, oh, this is a guy
Good
who
point.
just can't make anything good and therefore hates everyone who
Hates
does.
everything. Yeah, hates everyone trying.
Has to hate everything.
hate scary. Okay, let's just call it what it is. But whether you love him or you hate him, $100,000 on a memoir. Jesus, why? Why would you do this?
'Cause you got
the
scammed.
answer is actually really easy to find by
Oh.
going to lysekghostwriting.com. Now, Joshua Lysek made it big as a ghostwriter. He has a huge platform on Twitter thanks largely to the fact that he has ghostwritten books for Scott Adams and Jack Posobiec. And $100,000 is about what Joshua charges his clients. Now, why would anybody, even if they have the means, be willing to pay that for a book? Well, let's hear it from Joshua. A book can open doors, sell your services for you, and establish
that's all
you as a
a
thought
scam.
leader in your
Okay.
industry.
Right. So the book doesn't matter. I got it. I mean, I don't want to be mean to this lady, but listen, you dumb bitch. I get it. He's
Yeah, we
not
get
making
it.
a book.
'Cause
He's
it's
paying
not a book.
$100,000. He's paying $100,000 for access to red carpet
Jack
events and
Pobasek
TED Talks.
and Scott Adams. You're buying friends.
Sure. Yeah, we all
Yeah, we
knew
get
that.
it.
No, you don't understand, guys. He doesn't want to make a good book. He's just buying his way
He's
onto
buying
television.
access. He's buying access to
Oh!
TV.
Thank you for enlightening us to the fucking mission statement on the website that we all read.
So the book doesn't matter, right?
The book doesn't matter. It could be anything. Why does he hire a ghostwriter to make magic rocks he can fucking sell across the country? Who cares? That would
why
probably get
a
him on
book?
TV too. Yeah, why a book? Who cares?
Why not like a chess set? Why doesn't he hire somebody to make like a
Don't you love
neurotic chessboard?
I don't know if you guys have been to craft services at The View, but they have an excellent thread, and he wants access to it.
So we can go on TV and like suck every celebrity's asshole.
Yeah, look, right here, these books let you get on NBC, New York Times. Guys, don't you understand? He could get on podcasts. Oh, yeah, that's worth $100,000 fucking dollars.
This is fucking
Most people
mind-blowing.
get on podcasts do so by producing something of value, but I guess you can just pay money to do it too.
So I mean, so that it works 100% of the time. Is that what you're saying? You're just straight up buying access, or is it possible that it doesn't work 100% of the time and that you're getting scammed?
It is bizarre that she thinks this is a defense and not the exact
that is
reason
a
everyone.
scam. This is
You're
the
like,
most.
I don't understand
Dude,
why
this
they're
is like
making
the most
fun of him.
obvious scam.
He's
This is
spending
like-
all his money to get on TV. That seems
Yeah.
like a good reason to make fun of him. Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's like pathetic.
But you don't understand. He gets to be on TV. Oh, okay, cool. Wow, what a fucking genius.
That's like the antithesis of everything that he complains, or that's exactly what he always complains about.
Dude,
Just
literally,
trash
it's access
slop.
media. Buying access. Like fucking glad-handing. What
You're
you know?
less qualified. The woke people that are in Star Wars are more qualified to be in their movies than you are qualified to be on TV by buying access. That is, you are less qualified than them by simply being black. Like, they are at least somewhat creative. They at least earned their way into some sort of interview process.
Right.
They got through it because they're black or they're a minority, whatever, but they at least got in a position to be black. You just bought your way there. Zero qualifications.
We can help you write that book. This is the important part. These books have directly led to coverage in major news outlets such as NBC and the New York Times, as well as featured interviews on popular podcasts such as the Pump Podcast and Mixergy.
Can't wait to get on
Produced
Mixergy.
books have also generated 5-figure speaking engagements at industry conferences and even TED Talks.
Can you
And
imagine
through all that,
having
these
to
new
sit
authors
through
have found more
a
clients
fucking
and
speaking
customers
engagement
for
with Gary
their
Nerdrotic?
businesses. Lyset Ghostwriting has
Well, after I
turned
sold all the
niche
meth and
experts
had to sell all my
into
comic
world-renowned
books.
names.
I realized I could complain about movies on the internet.
And that brings me to Star Wars is dead. It is dead.
I got it. Lying about how important you are can make you money in the future. You're
Yeah.
right. He's a fucking genius.
All right. I don't. This
Wait,
is a
did she
long
say anything else
movie.
about you? Was there any
Probably
other Dick
not.
Masterson tweets?
I don't know. Let me
Business
see.
are you promoting? What product do you have?
Yeah, it's just her
Now,
plugging
if you
her shit.
charge,
I'd like to plug her
Oh,
shit.
man.
that's all you
but-
get from me.
I like all her hand
Everything
motions.
Either. And that's really the key for
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
the prospective memoir author.
Yeah.
Don't
wanna
do it.
find-
Don't do it. Your life is not worth reading about. Don't do it.
At
That's
all.
the truth. Don't do it.
Exist nicely like that stupid bumper sticker that was everywhere in the 90s. Because we're not in competition. We're offering different things to different people.
All right. That's it. I don't care anymore.
Scott Adams did it, and you saw that worked out for him.
Cancer.
So,
Cancer. And his hot wife left him and he got cancer. That's how it works.
see, now that's a guy who's run out of stuff to do. And if I find that if there's a news article that says Scott Adams ran out of stuff to do, we would all get it. We'd all go, I got it. Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Our problems are
Scott
vanity
Adams
presses.
I ran out of Dilbert ideas. Dead at
Vanity
54.
presses. Launch
one of my
days.
problems, cash only.
Okay.
And
Cash only.
not talking about suicide.
No, you said secret suicide.
Secret suicide, not knowing the details.
That's the show. Patreon.com/biggest problem.
If you kill yourself, there should be a picture of your, what happened at the fucking funeral.
Why don't you ask the coroner how your friend died?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I didn't even have the courage to ask her mom if I could have her Super Nintendo games, so I'm definitely not going to bother the coroner.
Okay, well, what if somebody asked the coroner?
That was one of my great regrets, is I remember she used to be like, oh, look at all these great Super Nintendo games and Magic cards I got. And then she died. I'm like, I would have it. You know what she had? This was actually the worst thing, was she worked on Family Guy for a hot moment. And in her apartment,
she was your ticket in.
Well, they were throwing out stuff from the Family Guy office, and they had these wooden cutouts of the characters that were made in the very first season, and they were just these giant cutouts of the characters just in her closet, because she's like, nobody wants these. And I'm like, oh my God, that's like Family Guy history. Yeah. And then I think they just ended up in a dumpster in fucking West Hollywood.
Yeah,
like,
that's where they belong,
man.
In the trash. Yeah.
No, that's like the fucking from the first season. Like they had him like in the fucking writer's room and shit.
Okay.
A piece of irreplaceable Family Guy legacy has been lost. That's the worst part of the suicide. Everybody.
Who can find out how she died? Who can find out from the coroner how she died the fastest? That's what
I mean, the other thing is it might just be a drug overdose and not even a suicide, and that's the other thing that sucks. You go, well, was she just having fun? That would be
better than suicide in my opinion.
Sarah died having too much fun.
Yeah.
And then that's the news article. That would be
Trevor Moore.
See, that's why secret suicide is a problem, is because now I don't know, like, was I supposed to help her be less depressed, or was I supposed to help her have less fun? What was my role?
I mean, I don't believe that you actually think that or care at all, really, about
I was like, shit, was I like a bad friend? Was I supposed to do something? Or was she just, but again, maybe she was just drugging it up. I don't fucking know.
So we got to find out from the coroner.
A really
Somebody's
fun night.
Got to call the coroner and find out. All right, let's do super
Nobody
chats.
called the coroner. Please leave the poor coroner alone.
Well, what does the coroner fucking care? He deals with dead bodies all day. He doesn't give a shit.
Check every dead body? Do they have to run a fucking, they don't always run a check.
Yeah, sometimes they see how they died.
Yeah, she's fucking dead.
No, they see how they died.
Some coroners are just.
I mean, they at least cut the noose off their neck if she died that way, so it'll be on the notes.
Sure, that'll be there. I had to cut the rope off.
Yeah,
but again, it could have been autoerotic asphyxiation, so we don't even know. Maybe she was having fun.
Come on. Let's read the super chats. Stu K, when life gives you lemons, you eat them. Koo for 2, thank you for not killing yourselves. LJ Clabarino for 5, the biggest problem in the universe is finding hair clumps throughout the house. But are they mine or my wife's? Strategery for 10, imagine sitting in the back of your dad's car and his crap driving makes you spill your snow cone. But when he steps out of the car to help, he checks, that's my Optimus Prime, you son of a bitch. Schizo Sean TV for 5. On the after problem tonight, I'll be unveiling a secret Eric July pull-up and teasing a couple others. I hear Imholt is having a golf tournament. Oh, he's pulling up everywhere. That's amazing. It's Schizo Sean TV. Check it out on the after problem tonight. Is it the after problem or is it the after problem tonight? I don't know. It's Schizo Sean TV. Coach Cake for 20.
Schizo Sean TV, yes.
Resub to the Patreon this week. Vito, I was just busting your balls because you only seem to respond to negative criticism. Oh, shit, I just lost it. No, there it is. Tied to financial incentive. Thanks for admitting that you were spinning out. Cheers and go fuck yourself. Thanks, Coach Cake. LJ Clabrino for 2. Super Who. Vito, stream yourself playing Switch 2. Cameron for 2. Nothing can be late when you can't move the deadline. True. Ethan Peoples for 5. Money. Thank you. Coop for 5. Congrats, Vito, on getting laid tonight. Who'd have thought getting your hog wet was the solution to Vito Wars? Everyone. Strategic for 2. No, you tested 112 when you should have tested 372. Blue Waffle for 5 for Vito's mic. Stone Cold Flea for 2. Dick Feel Better. Vito, you rock. Great show. Thank you. Cameron for 2. Quit playing Balatro. You can see it on the glasses.
I was not playing Balatro. Diamond G for 2. I own Vito and Chat now. When Oinktober 2 comes, Mike Hunt for 10. If you're still resting your ears and reading comics, try Devin Waugh, Swimming in Blood. He's a flamboyant, bodybuilding gay exorcist for the Vatican who fist fights vampires. Same universe as Dredd.
Oh, it's
Black
Dredd,
Crimson.
isn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, we like that. Black
All
Crimson
right.
for 5. Thanks for the snacks. Thanks for not killing yourselves. Dean Shock for 2. Thanks for the laughs, boys. Tommy Reviews for 2 says Siege Xeon Vito. Hail Xeon indeed. Mike Hunt for 2. Genie also rescued Aladdin from drowning for free. Yeah, you got to trick God. Katie the Swiss for 5. Thank you. Mr. Emrath for 2. Vito owns the dickheads. Hashtag Vito Nation. Hack the movies for 5. Dick, read this since Vito won't. The bad guy in Thunderbolts is a literal meth head that wants everyone to give up on life. I'm not joking. Sentry's a good character. Mike Hunt for 2. Pride's dead. 6 deadly sins to go. Well, you'll take gluttony from my cold, dead hands. On the John for 5. Make the Subway $5 footlong, ruining the fast food industry video essay, you insecure retard. Balder for 2. Vito, I hate you. Oink, oink. Jab City for 10. Vito, I know you want to watch children's media and join Nerdrotic's 9-way woke panel. That's why you make Pooh Vito 2 videos asking, who is this for? Answer, it's for children under 18 and not for you. Fatso. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to youtube.com/Vito2. LJ Clubberino for 5. Vito, did you see the last season of Big Mouth? 15-year-old boys go down on each other. You'd love it. No, I don't watch that show. Mike Hunt for 5. People incorrectly using the term grifting is the biggest problem in the universe. Exchanging money for goods and services is not a grift. For another 5, he says Johnny's Formed in Foam would fit right in on MTV's liquid television in the 90s. True. Riley and Friends for 2. The good path for Vito is making crazy chick work. No. Faho Gods for 5. Thank you for not losing your battle with depression. I still got stuff to do. James O. Incandenza for 2. Playing Minecraft right now. Hot Fart Dingledorf for 5. Imagine all the people who went down the sewer slide because they didn't have a copy of Super Killer. Many such cases. Mike Hunt for 5. Only the Grave Digger knows what happened to Vito's friend.
Yeah,
Hot Fart Dingledorf for 5. Yeah, let's dig her up. Vito can fix all these bad feelings and thoughts if he just finishes Super Killer. Just finish the goddamn comic, dude. But what are you gonna do? Claptrap Destroyer for 5. Man, I love Vito and Richard. Gaily, happy Pride. I am sad I missed the Pride Parade. I would have went to that. Matt C for 5. Peak male exit strategies after your plated bulldozer breaks down. Yeah, if you're going to kill yourself, at least do something fun right before. And buy the t-shirt, as we mentioned. Strategy for 5. Dick's right. I saw the Midnight Lion at 11 p.m. yesterday. Said, fuck that. Then casually got one at the same Best Buy 11 hours later. 100% art official.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you got to wait in line for these. There's no demand. Fatix the Great for 5. You're correct on the Doge pronunciation, Vito, just like the correct way to say pone is own, not pone. Keep up the good fight. Coup for 2, can we get... Well, you remember that guy who says that GIF is supposed to be GIF?
Yeah, it is. GIF.
Yeah, but we're not going to say GIF. That's retarded.
Everyone says GIF.
No, they don't say GIF.
Everyone says GIF.
Okay. Coup for 2, can we get the ghostwriter to read the news, please?
Oh, I wish.
We gotta get her on. I bet we could get her on here to defend. It would be fun to have her phone in and ask her about all this stuff. TBF for 2.
No, it wouldn't be fun at all. I don't want to hear some fucking woman talk about the craft of writing and a bunch of retarded shit and pretend to be nice to her. What do you mean it would be fun to get her
Well, the
on?
pretend to be nice of her part was the only part that sounded bad about that. I picture you berating women in the classic Dick Masterson fashion, and it fills me with a certain glee.
Even that, man, conversations with women where you're trying to, like, get one over them are always a mistake. It's one and done, like a couple rejoinders, and then you're done. It's any prolonged adversarial conversation with a woman is, like, the equivalent of AIDS, in my opinion.
I have made a lot of excuses as to why I don't want to make the food essay videos, but Dick Masterson making excuses for why he doesn't want to fight with women is infinitely worse, I'm going to say.
No. It's terrible. A man arguing with women for a long time is just it's terrible. It's embarrassing.
20 minutes.
That's way too long. Couple like 30 seconds.
You're saying you want the Dr. Phil, she goes, well, how come you do this? And you go, because you're a fat cow.
Yeah, if you're arguing with them, yeah. But otherwise, like, they got to be... I mean, they got to be fun. I don't know.
She seems like a fun lady. I would enjoy that.
She does not seem
battle.
like fun. She seems
Maybe
like...
I'm just distracted by the titties, but those are some fun titties. Maybe she's as fun as the titties.
Nah, editor, I don't think so.
Regardless, if you guys want to have some fun, don't forget our new bonus episode, The Biggest Problem in Dads, now available at patreon.com/biggest problem. You get a lot of great childhood stories from myself and Dick Masterson talking about bad dads. TBF for 2. Vito, you smell very bad. Not good at all. Shower. I come buckets for 2. Shout out Ray Ray is happy. Christ is king.
Christ is king.
On the John Provide, this woman is amazing. She's completely exposing her industry for 17 minutes of clout. Ha 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 ha. And finally, in the super chat roundup is nothing else. Guys, vote on all the problems at biggestproblem.show. Check out the bonus episode. Come on by Vito 2 for all your exciting nonsense. And Dick will be in Boston. What date, Dick?
I forgot. The 21st. Go to live.dick.show if you want to buy tickets. 21st of June. Yeah.
21st of June.
Soon.
Dick and Carl will be in Boston. And I got nothing going on. Come to Whatnot. Buy my Final Fantasy Magic cards, and hopefully the Mexicans don't rip me off too badly.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.